Hello, welcome back, guys. I'm, of course, Statman Dave today, joined by Cameron Waters. His link is in the description below for his YouTube channel, so if you like what he's talking, go and subscribe. Today, of course, we are following AC Milan versus Manchester United in the International Champions Trophy. Cup. ICC, who knows? Absolute rubbish. But anyway, guys, before we talk about any more stuff, get out of the camera shot. Cameron, you're better than that. We're going to go on to the OneFootball app again. Link in the description for the OneFootball app if you want to check it out. Go and give it a download. They've got, obviously, the team news for today, so I'll read you out. Lee Grant starts in goal, the Manchester United legend. In terms of what they've got a 4-4-2. I believe this will be a 3-5-2, I think. In terms of how I sort of look at this team, I think Darmian will be the right wing-back, Shaw left wing-back, Bay, Tuanzebe and Chris Smalling as a back three, Pereira, McTominay as a three-man midfield, and, of course, Juan Mata and Alexis Sanchez up front. Decent team, right, Cam?
I'm a big fan of Lee Grant.
You're a big fan of Lee Grant?
I actually think he's sound, man. Who else is starting? Sorry, I was...
Half in, half off.
You know, Pereira, you know, that's someone who all United fans are quite happy about.
I think he's had a good pre-season so far.
Pereira on the left.
No, I think it'll be a three-man midfield. I think Tuanzebe will drop into a back three, and it'll be McTominay, Herrera as a three. I quite like that. What we've seen from Pereira so far on the tour this year. Last year it was fantastic as well before he moved to Valencia. Very sort of decent on the ball, good at controlling the tempo, more of a number 6 than what he played before, which was a number 10. In terms of AC Milan as well, if you want to check out their team, they're playing a 4-3-3, hacking Carloglu, maybe a guy that you need to watch out for on the left wing. Very explosive when he comes in, very good shot, his technique is absolutely incredible. Suso, ex-Liverpool as well, started to really come on in his career. Critono as well, a very good striker, young player. Frank Kessie in midfield will add a lot of energy, a player that's been linked with Man United as well. Let's watch Bonucci for a bit as well. Yeah, there's going to be some fun stuff. Leonardo Bonucci, rumoured to be joining Manchester United, 31 years old. Still got some time left in his career, but a very, very good player.
Yeah, Frank Lampard was playing in the Champions League final at 34. I'm sure Bonucci has a few
Okay, so Bonucci can do that as well. But the United team news, if you haven't seen it, Juan Mata will partner Alexis Sanchez up front. It's going to be a three-man midfield, not a four-man midfield. I think Herrera, Pereira, McTominay, back three of Bay, Chris Smalling, Tuanzebe and the wing-backs, Luke Shaw on the left and Darmian on the right. Get into the comments, guys. What's going on with our full-backs? You mentioned to me in the taxi here, of course, the injury news for Antonio Valencia has got a lot worse, right?
Right, so Antonio Valencia's returned to Carrington, according to ESPN, and it's supposedly he's got a torn calf, which is quite bad. Pretty good for United fans. Like I'm not really of any opinion, but it's quite a blow for United, isn't it? You haven't really got any good fullbacks. I
think it's a big problem.
And Delot's obviously injured, so who's going to play there?
That's the thing. Darmian who was going to
be captain, leader, legend is Darmian.
Who's going to get sort of moved on from the squad. But then if you look at the United team, the other guy I can think of there would be maybe someone like Victor Lindelof. Get into the comments. Who's going to start against Leicester City for Manchester United in their first game in the Premier League? Who's it going to be? At the moment, there is no right backs around. Even someone like maybe a Roshaw Williams could step up, or even the main man, Timothy Fosu-Mensah.
He's been playing right back, whenever he did play for Palace, it was right back.
Yeah, it was right back more than left back, but again, is that his best position? We don't know. He looked a little bit suspect in the first game of the tour that I watched. He was a little bit not quite engaged in his positional sense, and I think that could be an issue for United if that's the case going forward. Oh my God, we've got some absolute trash in the comments. Get out of here. Sorry about that, guys. We'll be dealing with that as soon as. But yeah, it's going to be 5 at the back. Dean coming in and saying 5 at the back is interesting. It is, definitely. Mourinho spoke about how he wanted to try that last season and it didn't quite come off. So we're
He's not an Antonio Conte, is he?
He's not. Of course, Conte rumoured to be joining AC Milan as manager, which could be quite interesting, to sort of galvanise, their sort of season and how they've been playing. They've been good under Gattuso. I like them. I think Gattuso is going to become a good manager. He needs a little bit more experience, and there's been some off-the-field incidents that have been taking his time up. So maybe Conte coming in could be quite good. But I like Gattuso. I think he's done some good stuff with AC Milan over the last few seasons. Again, guys, for AC Milan, you want to look out for, it's Frank Kessie in midfield, Crotone through the middle, and then, of course, the main man, Bonucci. If United were to buy Bonucci, I think that'd be a wonderful sign. I think he's one of the guys that I would look at and be like, that's what Mourinho wants. Mourinho talks about wanting an experienced defender, an experienced centre-half to sort of lead the back defenders in terms of Eric Bailly, Victor Lindelof, very young. Thinking someone like Bonucci coming in at 31 years old, he's done it with he's done it with Inter, he's done it with Juventus, and now at AC Milan. He is that guy that will sort of, he's going to be, in a way, having a go at people. And that's something that maybe United needs, that little bit of fire and passion that you know that you're going to be playing with Bonucci. And if you mess up, he's going to come in and he's going to have a real go at you. And I think that's what Bonucci could bring Manchester United. But we are moments away from kickoff, guys. Again, what do you think of my retro United shirt? This is a bit of beauty. It's one of my favourites. It's really nice.
It's not bad. It's a nice shade of blue.
Yeah, lovely shade of blue. It's like blue and black mixed together. But guys, keep getting into the comments. You using OneFootball, not StatZone? At the moment, just OneFootball for the lineups because they've got that. StatZone, we'll talk about StatZone when we're talking about players and that type of thing later on, guys. But keep smashing that like button, subscribe if you're new, of course, to me, Statman, Dave, Fosu-Mensah, Soham comes in and saying, of course, for right back. Dean saying Timbo until Delo comes back. Axel owned Sanchez. I'm not sure what that's talking about there. Got to be Fosu. Dave, give me your WhatsApp. Unfortunately, that's only for certain people to get my WhatsApp number.
I didn't even have it.
Yeah, exactly. Didn't even get it. Phil Jones, Regan is saying at right back could be quite interesting. Two midfielders up top, very negative. That comes in from Cole. In a way, it's going to be fluid for United. I think. Again, if the team news for Manchester United, if you've not seen it. Again, via the OneFootball app, Juan Mata and Alexis Sanchez are playing up top together. I think they did that against, was it West Ham? There was a game at the back end of the season that those two played up top together. And actually, they were quite good. There was a lot of interchange of the position and so forth. What we want to see with Sanchez in its front two is him staying more as a number 9. Too frequently, I think, for United, he's looked to come and get on the ball. Want to see him away from the ball, running in behind, playing on the last line, because that's where he was so deadly for Arsenal in his last season there. That's what I want to see in this game. Sanchez playing on the last line. I want to see a lot more of Scott McTominay, Herrera winning the ball back, Pereira dictating, and I will build Axel Tuanzebe. Excited?
I'll be with you soon. I'm sorting tags out.
That's cool. You've got to do what you've got to do, Cameron.
Just helping the stream.
Yeah, you've got to help the stream out. My sleep schedule was made for pre-season, I swear. That comes in from Ben Arnold. Fair play, Ben. I actually had a nap. I went to bed at 8 o'clock.
I haven't.
Woke up at 2 in the morning, smashed a few coffees, and now I'm back in the absolute game. It's going to be a good game today. Rashid, do you think Delo can break into the first team towards the end of the 18-19 season or the season after? Yes, I think Delo by Christmas will be in the first team for Man United.
There's a little bet you have with Stephen Howson about that as well, haven't you?
Yeah, because Stephen Howson really lacks knowledge at youth level. He really struggles to know which players are actually decent players, so I have to tell him sometimes, look, Delo is a very, very good player.
As the players walk out the tunnel.
They do, strolling onto the pitch. AC Milan wearing
quite a nice kit,
their white and a black line. Interesting.
I'm a big fan of that kit,
Yeah, Puma are doing quite well, I think, with kits around the world at the moment. They always do a very, very good Borussia Dortmund
The referee looks absolutely stacked. Got no hair, but he's stacked.
Not going to take anything there, guys. Not going to take any beef at all. Man United out in their new red kit. I like it. I really sort of grow into it.
What are your thoughts on the kit?
It's
because
decent.
A lot of people don't like it.
I like kits that where you actually go out and you've changed something. Like this kit, I like it because it's a little bit weird. It's a little bit different. You know what I mean? Like they've actually gone out and they've done something.
Ball.
And it's kind of like one of those things where I think people are lazy in the kit world, and now they need to be better than what they are at the moment. So I like it. I think I really like the blend.
It's quite empty, isn't it?
Yeah, we should have got an invitation.
It's not a bad stadium, to be fair, is it?
No, International
Champions Cup.
Champions Cup should have given us a
the
call.
ICC.
So the annoying thing is every time I talk about that, I think of cricket. ICC. It's a cricket thing, isn't it?
Yeah. What would be your ideal transfers for the summer, Dave? Thank you.
Well, I think Leonardo Bonucci would be one, or Diego Godin, or you need that leader at the back. I think that's going to be crucial. I think as well a left fullback. I think midfield United are fine. I think right wing United are fine. Chong is emergent, and of course the main man Jess Lingard. We can't forget about Jess Lingard. Everyone forgets about Jess Lingard. Whenever we talk about this right wing, we forget that Jess Lingard was one of our best players last season. Can't go out there and be like, no, he's not going to be there. What, his goals against Arsenal in the first half of the season, the goals against Chelsea, or the goal against Chelsea that won the game. Top quality goal. But it is about the main man, Leonardo Bonucci.
You want to know who Mourinho's apparently wanting to sign?
Okay, you tell me that.
Perisic and Maguire. And that's it. That's who he thinks will fill the gaps in the United squad. So no left back, basically no fullback. Well, you've signed one already, but no left back, and everyone's crying out for a left back on Twitter.
I think it's an interesting side. Again, you want to tweet any questions at Statman Dave. Marty, the DJ at the moment, is rocking social media. Will come back to me with all your questions, so get them in and tag Cam in if you want to tag Cam in.
If you want to tag Cam.
Yeah, don't bother though. Not worth it. His link for his channel, YouTube channel, is in the sort of description below. So go and check that out. See if we can get him up to maybe 200 subs. Yeah?
200, that's 200 everyone
subs.
watching.
Everyone watching, go and sub him right now. Again, United on MUTV have Chris Smalling at defensive midfield. That is absolutely incorrect. But anyway, guys.
What's that called on Football Manager when you play it off to the left of it? It's like asymmetrical
system.
That's what you're playing.
With Juan Mata. It's going to be an interesting game, though.
4-3-3.
With Bonucci at the back.
Maybe Smalling was in the front, as like, you know how the two centre-backs there are
a little bit in front.
Maybe
their graphics are a little bit good. But anyway, the guys at MUTV are legends, so keep doing what they're doing. Again, we're not live streaming the game. That's available on MUTV, so jump over there, just type in MUTV on Google. Go and, sign up, because you'll see more of me next season.
Little hint.
Little cheeky hint there, guys. Cheeky little hints coming in. Jose trusts Smalling and Jones, he does do. Do you stay up all night or get up super early?
Matt, I stay up all night.
I get up super early because I'm a bit old these days.
And that's the 20-year-old and the 40-year-old.
40? The first slap on the Statman Dave live stream coming in a minute. Right, we've got some Bonucci, not even the top 5 centre-backs in the world. The top 3 is Varane, Godin and Umtiti. I'd say the top 3 is Sergio Ramos, Varane and maybe Diego Godin. So Jose Jimenez has got to be in with a shout, and Umtiti maybe. PK still up there. But I think Bonucci's got to be in that bracket, top 5.
He's one of the best, or was one of the best.
I think that's the bad the thing that we've mentioned when we talk about Bonucci is he did play for this AC Milan team that really struggled at the start of last season with Bonucci, and he does get a little bit exposed, but it's not. From when I watch Bonucci,
his leadership skills are ridiculous.
They're unbelievable.
That's what you need in a dressing room.
Yeah.
You've got Pogba, and obviously he's shown himself at the World Cup.
Yeah.
But whether you'll have Pogba at the end of the transfer window is another story.
That's an interesting one there. I think he will be there, to be quite honest. I think that United would be silly to let him go.
Just about to kick off. Abdul on the DJ decks, Marty giving him a thumbs up in a minute.
Good sort of. Definitely a back three for Man United anyway. 100% a back three.
What are your thoughts on Darmian as captain?
It's an interesting one considering
you've got Juan Mata on the pitch.
Yeah, Juan Mata. That's
Chris Smalling kicked off.
See, I'd give it Scott McTominay till the end of the season.
Abdul's not sat down.
Excellent stuff. Yeah, Man United versus AC Milan in the International Champions Cup pre-season tour. It is currently 4:06 in the UK, and we are here with you guys, and that is a reason to hit that goddamn subscribe button. Beautiful times in the morning.
Already a free kick on the right, won by your captain, leader, legend.
Matteo Darmian. Is this going to be the turning point of Matteo Darmian's United career, where he just he emerges from the ashes and becomes a key guy? No.
You never know.
No, I can't see it either, to be honest.
You got some big men in the box there.
Actually, Tuanzebe looks like he's been hitting the weights.
Sanchez.
Sanchez, very dangerous. Donnarumma, controversial character, AC Milan.
Really?
Yeah, well, he wanted to leave last season, didn't he? The fans threw fake money at him because he wanted to leave the club, and obviously, I think
world class at his age.
Jorge Mendes is his agent. It's Mina Raiola's his agent, and tried to basically force a move. And the AC Milan fans were like, "Look, right?
If Mendes was the agent, he'd be at Wolves."
Yeah, that's a fair point. Anyway, Juan Mata, right hand side, in swing and cross comes in.
Back post.
Corner for Man United, defended by Frank Chiesi. Frank Chiesi, again, very exciting ball-playing central midfielder, but also he's really good at breaking. His transition from defence to attack is really, really good. Good at carrying the ball. A player definitely to watch out. Number 79 for AC Milan today.
Wow, 5 subscribers. Hello.
Oh, hello. Ball into the back post. Ander Herrera takes it down. A little bit of a jink. Is he going to cross the ball? Crosses it, deflected. Chance at the back stick. McTominay with a flick. Cleared eventually out by AC Milan. United looking to press high.
It's a quick break, and that's
nice.
Not even a foul.
Tuanzebe looks huge.
He is massive, isn't he?
Yeah, he looks absolutely done. We've got the timer sorted.
Yeah.
Yeah, blood sick. I don't know, Matt. I was just asking you, bro.
All right, now.
Yeah, it's on. Oh, sick. Nice one.
But yeah, get into the comments, guys. Any questions you got? Any transfer questions? We're going to sort of treat this as a bit of an open Q&A today, where you got any questions? We'll talk about players. For example, you want to know who I think we should sign for left back? We'll go use Statman and we'll go into last season's data. We're probably going to talk about Maguire at some point. We're going to be talking about Perisic at some point. Rebic has got to come into the conversation because I find it frustrating that we don't see Rebic as United fans as a real, an option. Younger, cheaper than Perisic. But get into the questions. We'll answer your questions right now. Any questions for Cam as well? What's he going to do with his YouTube channel? Is it going to be any good? Probably not. But if you want to subscribe, it's in the link below. Again, good stuff right there, guys.
Man United playing very high up the pitch, wins the ball back, shot. Oh, safe.
Scott McTominay. Shot on goal, Donnarumma down to his right-hand side, decent save. Donnarumma very, very good at those sort of
just a
getting low.
Keeper, isn't he?
He's a very good keeper.
Highly rated, the new Buffon, they say.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's one of those things where he could really emerge under the, he's the next guy, of course. I think it's Mattia Perin has joined Juve to replace Buffon. Signed from Udinese, I think, and he's in that same bracket as Donnarumma, as young Italian goalkeepers that are sort of the next level, the next sort of GG Buffon.
They've got 2 Donnarummas at Milan.
They do. Apparently, that was part of his contract negotiations.
Is that his brother?
Yeah, a little bit dodgy. But let's not say it was too dodgy. It just happened.
Abdul's giving me a black coffee. We have no milk here at Studio 68.
Can't afford milk these days.
Do not tell us you want milk.
I wouldn't. I think that I won't even risk that. Yeah, I won't even risk that, guys.
No, don't. It'll be out of date.
Breakout star for Man United this season. That's an interesting one. Cameron Waters. What are you? That's a fair point. But yeah, breakout star for United this season. It could be an interesting one. I think the likes of Andres Pereira have got a shout. Delo's got a big shout. Other guys in there, Scott McTominay could be. He's probably already broken out though, Scott McTominay, to be fair. Manager, player of the season last season. Some top performances for him. Just trying to think of other guys that could be breakout stars. Maybe a Tuanzebe. Again, it looks like he's really beefed up here. Here we have, though, Crouton bringing the ball bang in the penalty area. Chiesi, shot on goal. Lee Grant
had it covered, mate.
Yeah, Lee Grant was absolutely chilling. He's got a protractor out. He's worked out what's going down.
It's not
solid
going in,
as a,
Not going in. Yeah, but like you say, Tuanzebe looks well stacked.
He
well
does.
Up for it.
I think that's kind of the thing. Like last season, he looked a little bit lightweight. Obviously, going to Villa. Playing in the Championship. maybe he's just thought, look lads, I need to hit the gym. I've got the skills, got the absolute skills. Statman Daddy, why is Mo persisting not playing Sanchez as a right winger? It's a no-brainer, isn't it? You see, for me, Sanchez is going to be better. Like, I'd rather play him on the left wing or as a striker. I understand that he played very well for Barcelona on the right wing, but he pretty much played as a striker, drifted in.
I think anyone can play well in a Barcelona team.
You couldn't.
Even Stephen Howson.
Yeah, no. Stephen Howson definitely couldn't. He can't even walk when he plays football, let alone pass the football. But no, I think with Sanchez, I think his best position is either on the left or up front. When he's on the right, he drifts a lot into a central area, even more than he does when he plays on the left. So it's just one of these things where I think United have players like Chong, they've got players like Jess Lingard that can play out there. I think that's absolutely fine. And Andres Pereira, he's got a good cross on him, got a good delivery from that wide area, did it well for United at youth level. So there's options there. Wan Matter as well, we've got to not forget about good old Wan.
Darmian seems to be pushing up quite high and then just being caught out, like positioning.
That's kind of the problem with Matteo Darmian, not the greatest fullback we've ever seen. But here he is, 1v1.
Oh, swings in a cross, away by Chris Smalling.
Sir Chris Smalling, again after his victorious World Cup campaign with England, right?
Advantage. Don't get it, You
don't get it?
Well, I do get it, but I mean in the sense that they'll give an advantage, but they won't. So you'll get the ball, you won't gain anything, and they won't bring it back.
Again, that's to do with the referee, isn't it, really? You have to have that advantage. That's the whole point of it, and if it's not, then you bring it back. Then it was far too fast. Currently 0-0, 6 minutes gone on our stream, guys. Keep smashing that like button. Subscribe, of course, if you're new to me and Cam, because he's a good guy. Rebic would be an excellent player. He'd be a great option. He 100% would be a great option. I think he's a player that adds a lot of bite to your team, and it's something that maybe United have lacked under Mourinho. I think there's not enough players like your John O'Shea's, like your Darren Fletchers, that really will scrap for the ball. And what we saw at the World Cup was very much that. From Rebic, he's sort of a very forward-thinking, aggressive winger.
Touch.
You don't kind of see it. Who was that?
Spreads it wide.
Andrés Pereira again dictating the play.
Another foul. Oh, he stopped a quick free kick. He is not happy.
Is he going to cheese him?
Going to get the card out. Trim from Alexis there. He's gone, do you know what, Barber? Don't want to style my hair anymore. Just give me a 1 all over. So what we could talk about, of course, Rebic, the game against Russia. I thought he had a fantastic display. 3 shots coming in again. The thing with Croatia, they were very fluid in terms of playing Perisic and Rebic. They switched the wings quite a lot. But I think the thing I liked about this game was, his ability to take people on, completing 5 out of 6 of his dribbles. Again, though, on that left-hand side, that may be the only, not worry I have for Rebic, is that, again, he's really good on the left, coming in onto that right foot, but also really good on the right as a traditional winger. You can kind of see that from his take-on stats against Russia. We just got a free kick coming in. Sanchez, low shot. Donnarumma parries it out, just bounced before the save. Corner to Manchester United just before, though. We'll finish on our Rebic point. But not only is taking people on, it's more about that, committing fouls high up the pitch, stopping the attacking flow. Something that's very important when you're pressing or when you're trying to stop people playing out the back is committing those fouls high up the pitch, and that's what Rebic does very, very well. But anyway, back to the full camera. Near post corner from Sanchez. Absolutely rubbish. AC Milan on the counter-attack. A nice foul, though, breaking up the attacking flow, what we're talking about. Cheers, guys. Cheers, everyone in the stream. Thanks for watching. Would the United board sign Rebic, him being not a big name signing? Yeah, it's coffee. It usually is quite hot and dreadful. Oh.
Pereira has seriously improved his passing range, controlling the tempo at the moment. Yeah, Jack, I completely agree. I don't know if he's improved. I just think that he's always kind of had that, but maybe going to Valencia and having a bit different environment of football has made him mature a bit. I think that's what it looks with Pereira when you listen to him in press conferences. Are you just absolutely gutted?
I didn't know we wanted milk.
Just burnt my lip.
Oh, good work. Good work, Abdul. Perisic is not average. Rebic is average. He didn't do anything before the World Cup. Well, he scored twice in the German Cup final against Bayern Munich. Eintracht Frankfurt won the German Cup. They're a club that's not very seen as fashionable in the German league. Rebic was one of their better players, especially in that game. Probably man of the match in that final. So Rebic very much did stuff before the World Cup, but because people didn't really look at Eintracht Frankfurt as a team to watch, there's a problem. Now we're looking back, and Niko Kovac, now Bayern Munich manager, we look back and it's kind of good. Sanchez hasn't been allowed to get going because he gets fouled every 3 seconds. Yeah, completely agree with that. What website is it on? It's on MUTV, so go and check that out, guys. Good stuff there. Is Demi Mitchell in with a chance this season? Well, Dean.
On X Factor he is.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Singing the absolute tunes, got a great voice. I think there's a chance for him, I really do. I think, given that United's, there's 12 players that have still not come back. I think they're all coming. I think Fred put on Instagram that he's coming back to pre-season today.
Well, today.
It was yesterday, because it's 4 in the morning in the UK. That's why, again, top effort from the lads coming in. But yeah, it could be an opportunity for him to be training with the first team, for playing these pre-season games, getting minutes and stuff. Pereira again, ball, defensive midfield, sitting back. Tuanzebe, left centre back. Tuanzebe was very good at left centre-back in the pre-season last year as well. And it was interesting that he did go on loan because he thought he's a player with such potential, Tuanzebe. High ceiling.
You've got a lot of good youth at Manchester. It's a bit like Chelsea's. Just, you don't loan them out as much as we do, but and you bring a couple through, like Scott McTominay's come on, Rashford's come into the scene. But a lot of that is because of injury problems. Yeah, but at the same time, again, that they are in and around the squad. I think you've got to, as well as you can criticise people for not playing youth, they're there. You know what I mean? Like at Chelsea, for example, it will be like your basic Barry squad players that may as well not be there. Like your fringe squad players.
Like
Kurt Zuma.
No, but Kurt Zuma's a good player.
Well, he's not a youth player, but Kurt Zuma won't play for Chelsea next season.
No, yeah, but he's a very, very good player, and it's weird that obviously it was a big injury, wasn't it, Kurt Zuma?
It was grim. I didn't like it.
I'd take Kurt Zuma at Man United, 100%. Would sign him tomorrow.
I'd take him at Chelsea.
No,
But then you got Christensen. He's the latest to come through, but has he come through? He's gone on a 2-year loan at Wolfsburg before.
Borussia Mönchengladbach.
That's it. Green badge.
Absolute green badge. Dave, Pogba needs to be the controller, the go-getter. Needs a controller. Go get Thiago. Mate, Fred is the controller. Fred's going to be that guy for United. Juan Mata, Sanchez through on goal.
He's got to score.
Get in, lads! 1-0 United. That's how excited we get for pre-season goals here on the Statman Dave Live Show. Come on! 1-0. Alexis Sanchez played through by Juan Mata, opens his body up, lovely side-footed goal, decent goal that.
Just curls it round the keeper, doesn't he?
What were we talking about as well with Alexis Sanchez before the stream kicks off, before the game kicked off, was we want him to stay high up the pitch. That was a big thing there. Want him to stay high up the pitch, and that is what he's just done there. Wonderful goal from the main man. Brilliant finish that was. So
sends the keeper the wrong way.
Beautiful. United long ball, flick on by Scott McTominay. Juan Mata with a first-time pass over the top. Brilliant touch as well. Lovely little finish. Sends Donnarumma the wrong way. Brilliant goal. 1-0 to United. Come on, the lads. Some people don't get excited for last-minute Matic winners on YouTube. I get excited for pre-season goals at 4 o'clock in the morning. That is a reason why you should be here, not there.
Not there. Here.
All right, let's get the tags sorted, Cameron. I've done the score, done everything.
Don't you worry, my friend.
You know when you're watching the World Cup and you're getting excited about all these teams scoring goals and stuff, and you just forget what a Man United goal means to you. It means a lot, it really does. And that's why you've got to stay positive with Man United, because these types of things, like goals, are just fun. Good defending there by Matteo Darmian, looking to make a move maybe to Italy, hopefully.
Hopefully. He's your captain.
Captain. Oh, lovely run there. Who was it? That was the other AC Milan centre-half. Getting caught out there. Not Bonucci. Bonucci playing high. If the other centre-back had played high with him, then would have been no goal. But that finish from Sanchez. Want to see more of that. Kind of excited for Sanchez this season. What do you guys think in the comments? Is this going to be Sanchez's season? Something that we were chatting about off air before was how Sanchez has played a handful of games for Man United. We signed him in January, and he's not, he hasn't hit the heights yet at Arsenal, but he hasn't had a summer off for. It's been a long time. I think last summer.
It's a hard life being a footballer, isn't it?
That is a hard life being a footballer. But with Sanchez, it's kind of like he needed it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we nearly knocked out the camera there. That's why I gave the little point off camera. Not to you guys, to Abdul. Don't mess up. Good work, Abdul. But United 1-0 up. Looking fresh. What I like there as well was Scott McTominay. Very, very good flick on.
Physical,
yeah.
Winning those aerial duels.
He's someone that could, obviously he did come into the first team last season, had a really good game against Liverpool, was fantastic in that game. But for me, he's a player that could really, emerge. Make a mark.
Oh, what a ball. What's your defence
over the top. Chance for...
It's
1-0.
That was good shocking defending.
Awful defending.
Route one, over your defence. Your defender's just like, there's a ball.
Absolutely.
And then he goes through. There's two AC Milan players. They're like, do you want it? No, do you want it? I'll have it. And then just slide it past your Lingard.
Oh, you can't do that. When you're playing a back three, you've got to track the runners.
That's awful.
Oh, no.
They think he's offside.
Oh, my God. He's spun from Chris Smalling. That is awful defending there.
No chance Lee Grant's going to save that.
Not good enough there.
It's a sad time for Lee Grant.
Oh, I tell you what, though. That ball for Leonardo Bonucci out the back there. Mourinho, sign him at half-time. Buy him at half-time.
And the crowd goes wild.
Decent finish from Suso, that, to be fair. Left foot, volley.
He's got a great penalty run up.
That ball, was absolutely sick from Bonucci, and that's what it'd bring to United, right?
The Chris Smalling, Bonucci partnership. You got Chris Smalling being the leader, Bonucci with the ball. Yeah, wow.
Chris Smalling just massively got run off, and so did Eric B. But let's pretend that didn't happen, guys. 1-1, game on. This is why you've got to be here, because this is an exciting game of football already. But Bonucci's got to be signed. Bonucci needs to play for Barcelona. Yeah, it's a fair point. Thanks from Inter Milan. Good stuff there. Sanchez and Lukaku as a front two is a quality option this season. This is coming in from Ben Arnold. I completely agree. That'd be a good little pairing of a target man with someone that can play as a creator / as a poacher in that sort of instance there from his goal. Sanchez is getting angry though. Very, very angry. We had a comment coming in before that he can't get into the game because of keeping getting fouled, and he is keeping sort of getting broken down there.
He's playing the Eden Hazard role.
Eden Hazard role.
Getting fouled, getting free kicks, set pieces.
Set piece central. That lad.
He's going to win FIFA World Player of the Year.
Oh, yeah, of course he is, mate.
What do you think about Harry Kane being nominated for that? Fair enough. 40 goals this season.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah. Harry Kane's, he's one of the best number 9s in world
People
football.
saying he hasn't had a good World Cup. He scored 6 goals. You've got to put the penalties away.
Yeah, of course.
But open play, maybe not the best, but
you've got to be
he's had a decent World Cup. He's got the golden boot.
At the same time, he is probably one of the best number 9s in world football from last season. You've got to give him the credit for that. You can't ignore that fact that he was absolutely awesome last season. But again, if you're just joining the stream, guys, 1-1. AC Milan won, Manchester United won in the United Tour pre-season, the International Champions Trophy. Again, guys, if you want to subscribe, hit that button. God damn it. They need someone like Bonucci next to him. That comes in from Dion Davis. I completely agree. Needs a Bonucci. We all need a Bonucci. That pass for the goal was so good. If you didn't see it, Bonucci out the back, left centre back, clip ball over the top. Suso runs from the central area off Chris Smalling. Simple goal.
He's so calm and collected on the ball.
He's just awesome. Bonucci's so good. We're gonna get we get some stats up for Bonucci. We'll talk about Bonucci.
I love how he just goes from Juventus to AC Milan. Here's the captaincy, mate.
Well, that's the kind of
AC Milan to United. Right. Here's the captaincy, mate.
But that's
Damian, give me your armband.
So there was a story of Bonucci. I think he was in Naples on holiday. And basically, there was a guy on a moped that jumped off a moped, pulled out a knife, and he was with his wife and his baby.
This is mad.
His baby daughter or son, his kid. And basically, the guy jumps off the moped and like, give me all your wallet, your jewellery.
Like, no.
I was like, no. I'll fight you for it.
It's like me in Salford.
Absolutely not. You'd be like, here's my phone, here's my wallet.
Do you want my electronic pancreas?
But anyway, Bonucci, absolute nutter. He basically turned this burglar, sent him packing, and that is why United need to sign him.
In fact, I think it was the other way around. It was like, no, you give me your money, mate.
Yeah, you give me that moped. I'm going to take my lovely wife and kid home. That is the game of life. Bonucci plays it.
Have you ever been to Italy to watch football?
Yeah, I went to watch United play AC Milan.
Apparently, there's quite a big problem with like hooliganism.
That's fine.
There.
So I went for when David Beckham played for AC Milan.
Oh yeah.
In that Champions League season, that is a tasty challenge there from Scott McTominay.
Pre-season, I'm just going to go in.
Nah, don't care. You've got to play with intensity. That's what you want to see. That's what Mourinho wants to see. That's what I want to see. That's what the fans want to see. But yeah, I went to the 3-2 win. It was when Park Ji-sung man-marked Andre Pirlo out of the game. Park Ji-sung, I absolutely love him. What a hero. That was when United went to the Champions League final. Lost. Let's pretend that didn't happen. But that was a brilliant game. Ronaldinho was playing for AC Milan. It was such a good game of football. But I
expect the atmosphere out there to be mad. I think European football, like the way the fans interact with like the clubs and atmosphere and like the whole thing is so much different to over here. Like over here, we think Crystal Palace fans bouncing up and down for 90 minutes is wow, look at them, they're amazing. Or like Borough's Red Faction. But then you go to like Germany or whatever, and it's actually mental. Yeah, it's mental. Like it's just a different level. Yeah, the atmosphere in the San Siro that night was one that was so good. Like you could feel it when they were going Milan, Milan. Can you imagine Milan. Like United's Pereira, little shift inside, ball to Juan Mata, go on, play him out. Scott McTominay, edge of the area. Shot on goal, decent. Shot? No, I'm not. I want to see that. Go on the outside, cross it in low, pull back, and it'll be a goal. I agree. It could have been a goal, but it was a decent little move. I want to see more from Scott McTominay in terms of him getting forward and shooting. I think there's a real position in the United squad, either being the Michael Carrick replacement. I think Pereira has stepped up quite well there for that, or being a goal-scoring midfielder. I think Scott McTominay showed at youth level he can score goals. So it's either those two things. I think he seems comfortable wherever he's playing in the midfield, to be honest. He's a talent. He really is a talent. And he's covering for your left back there. Yeah, exactly. Tuanzebe's got pace. That's the biggest thing with him, is he's positionally very, very aware. But just to finish off the last story about the 3-2, one of the greatest moments as a United fan, singing 3-2 in the San Siro. It was an amazing feeling. Yeah. You get really put up. So when you go away in Europe, they usually put you in the gods. So they put you like really high up, and then at AC Milan as well, there's like nets. You feel like a caged animal, but it just builds the atmosphere. What a day that was. Dave, your timer is. I'm not going to say that word because we're family-friendly stream. It's so far off. Can you get it sorted, please? I think it's to what we're watching. So we want to tell you where we are, so you can sync your stream with my stream. That's kind of what we want to do now. Dave, could we do 3 Champions Leagues in a row? That comes in from Hala Madrid. Yes. 4 Champions League. They've already done 3 in a row. Sorry, 4 in a row, yeah. Absolutely bottled it. I think I'm going to say no. It's possible. It depends what Lopetelli's going to do. Lopetelli needs to now move the side on and give it a new identity. That is very difficult to do, given that they've just won 3 in a row. But you think about like Liverpool, Bob Paisley, Bill Shankly. As well, though. No Ronaldo as well. But then Gareth Bale's going to come to the forefront. Asensio's going to come to the forefront. Is he staying now then?
Yeah, I think Gareth Bale's staying. I think he had a number of meetings last week and basically confirmed that he was going to stay. Like for me,
he was told he'll play in the number 9 role.
Yeah, I'd play him as a number 9. Oh! Sanchez nearly scoring from a corner there, trying to bend it in. Willy Whippers, unbelievable stuff there. Loving the intensity today from Ashwin. Yes, we've drank quite a lot of coffee. It's 4 o'clock in the morning in the UK. Well, 4:30 now, so let's stop complaining.
Did he get a touch on that?
To be fair, Chris Kamara caught a bloke trying to rob him. United won't sign him. Henry Whittaker. Very interesting story. That Chris Kamara. It was in the Brazil in the World Cup in 2014, and he basically chased a guy down. Chris Kamara, absolute legend of a guy, top lad. But but Bonucci. The point I was making was his leadership's quality. Got some positional problems here from Luke Shaw. Tuanzebe going over to deal with Suso.
He needs to release the ball a lot quicker.
Oh.
What's he diving like? That's like on FIFA, when you're just going... Oh.
So Suso cutting in from the right-hand side and getting a shot away. If you've ever watched AC Milan before under Gattuso, that's a common sort of trend with their two wide forwards. They like to come in. Carloglu's got a great shot on his right. Suso coming on his left foot there. We had him coming in. Big problem there tactically. We had a situation there where Tuanzebe was pulled out wide to deal with the winger, in behind Luke Shaw. Someone just asked me my thoughts on Luke Shaw. That sort of starts the thoughts on Luke Shaw. Genuine thoughts on Luke Shaw coming in from Mason, England. Mason. I think Luke Shaw has the potential. The problem, I think, is his confidence got shot when he broke his leg. And I really think that plays on his mind. When he broke his leg... The instant when he broke his leg, he literally picked the ball up on our penalty area, driven to their box and got through on goal. And that's what I want to see from Luke Shaw, is taking people on. And that's what he hasn't done at United. If he starts to do that, adds that element to his game, he has to be first choice left back if United don't sign anyone. Full stop. If he starts to take people on, it's as simple as that. That's all I would get him to do, is to go at people and to run at people and to take them on in 1v1 situations. And he can be there. And he can be that guy. But that's the problem, that he hasn't done that frequently enough for United. Ball out wide, Luke Shaw on the overlap here, low cross into the box. Again, something that I think they needs to deliver is his crosses. They need to be better. And that's the two thing there. But yeah.
So people are saying that basically the timer problem is we are about 20 or so seconds in front of what we are watching. So basically, to explain to you all, the timer is what we're watching. So at the moment, I'm not sure what I can't see the live.
Left-hand side, headed clear.
But basically, we're watching it to the right time, and then YouTube has to process the stream and put it out to you. So that's why there's a bit of a delay.
We're going to look at the tech, though. For the new season, we'll look at the tech behind that, and we'll try and use some
By the time of the new season,
low latency stuff.
It'll be like actual TV.
Yeah, it probably will be. Probably have the stream down here in the middle, sitting here. That's the dreams we have on the Statman Dave YouTube channel. So that's a reason too.
So someone said, random question, but how do you think Cardiff will do it in the Premier League season?
So out of the promoted sides,
I'm guessing by random question, that's a Cardiff City fan in the comment.
Yeah. So Cardiff City, obviously they were very good in the Championship, but I watched a bit of the Wolves Cardiff game. I think it was the absolute banger of a game. I think Wolves scored a penalty in the 96th minute. But they look very much like a Championship team. Whereas when I look at Wolves and I look at
signings they're making,
Fulham, I think they look like a Premier League team. Yeah, there's Schürrle and Sarri as well, two really good players. But their style of football looks like a little bit more Premier League ready. Cardiff, you never know. Neil Warnock's in charge. He's had good records before with keeping teams up. But again, it's that old style.
Change the scoreboard.
Old sort of dated.
1-1.
Oh, ball in the box, AC Milan, headed out. Old school sort of your Alan Pardew, your Sam Allardyce type management where structure's all key. So they may do fine, but I think the signings there may need to be some more players brought in. Investment in the squad, I think, could be needed for Cardiff to stay up. At the moment, I'd have Wolves staying up, Fulham staying up, Cardiff going down, unfortunately for you guys. Wolves are getting good players, good business, there's some fantastic signs.
Wolves it's mad
Diogo Jota's going to be the player that everyone's raving about. He's going to be the guy that they'll sell for 50 million if Richarlison is going for 50 million. Richarlison, a wonderful player, but 50 million far too much. Ball right hand side, crossed into the box, back post. AC Milan recover it.
This is actually a decent game.
Yeah, it's a good game of football.
Time on the ball.
Come on, United, break.
What's Shaw doing there? He's like, just like, you know when you fight.
Play it again, play it. Yeah, nice. Sanchez. If he plays it now, he's through. Juan Mata is through if he plays it. Sanchez in from the left-hand side. Ball back, brilliant ball. Herrera, he's got a score.
Rebound. Oh, what was that rebound?
Brilliant counter for United, though. Quick transitions.
Energetic.
Absolutely love it. Sanchez, though, could have played that ball to Juan Mata, right? There was a moment where basically the Bonucci's massively isolated. Good defending from Bonucci there, holding the space really well. But that was, decent decision making. Got to score though, Ander Herrera. Got to score.
Someone on Twitter has asked you, how are your eyes? Are you okay? Are you tired? Are you energetic?
I'm fine, yeah. A 5 hour sleep's all right for me.
I haven't had sleep yet.
I think it was a good sleep as well, because I've not had a good sleep since coming back from #festival hype train. So, it's one of those things where, one day of sleep, you absolutely feel absolutely fine. Drink coffee as well, absolutely all together, guys. Dave, would you take Suso at United? From Pat Mouse, shout out to Pat Mouse. No, unfortunately, I wouldn't take him at United, because he, unfortunately, ex-Liverpool, I have that thing. I have that sort of weird problem where Liverpool players, City players, that's why the Jerome Boateng thing, I never quite got it on, if you get what I'm saying. But, all's well that ends well. McKenna ball taking effect from Mason. Yeah, I kind of agree. This is hopefully what we're going to see from United. A bit of quick transitions, pressing, X, Y and Z, all the good stuff. In terms of the Wolves signings in the comments, they've just, obviously, Rui Patricio, they just signed João Mario. Real good players. Ball in the box, Herrera. Back post, Scott McTominay. Decent from Scott McTominay today.
A lot of headers today.
Yeah, physical. Doing his best Marouane Fellaini impression.
And what's the ref doing there?
So Juan Mata just
ref almost blocked it.
Took a quick free kick to try and lob Donnarumma. Love it from Juan Mata. Who's my favourite to win the Champions League? I think I've got to wait for the signings and then to make a decision. Of course, Real are going to be there. Barca are going to be there. Juve, favourites now though. Juve, definitely favourites at the moment if they keep everyone that they've got. But they're letting Pjanic go. For me, I would never let Pjanic go if I'm, Juventus. So key to their midfield. And that's going to be a problem for them if they let Pjanic go. Going to be issues. Anyway, ball to AC Milan. Low ball into the box. Chiesi first touch, very good stuff. Good defending from Eric Bay. Lovely stuff there. Guys, again, if you haven't seen the teams or you haven't seen the news, we can show you on the OneFootball app, link in the description below. To see all your sort of international... What's it bloody called? International? I just hate the name of this. Champions Cup. It's like, like Football Manager can't use the official names. It's like that. It's just absolutely rubbish. For Man United, they've updated it. They're 3-5-2. This is what we're seeing. So there's 3-5-2 for United and a back three of Smalling, Bailly and Tuanzebe. If you didn't see the goal that AC Milan scored, a brilliant ball from Bonucci out of the back, running off Chris Smalling. If you get run off in a back three, it's almost criminal. Because you've got that extra defender, you've got to go with the runners. Unbelievable. We're about 29 minutes into the game, 1-1. Are you enjoying pre-season, guys? Get into the comments. Keep doing all the good stuff. Short corner for AC Milan. Header. Good
what
save.
There?
Have we got high key? Have we got something? I can hear some feedback.
That's just the headphones.
Is it?
Yeah.
Do you want to just mute that bit? I thought that's what I mean. Good stuff there. Anyone got a link to watch it live? Go on to MUTV. You sign up there. I think I got my membership for about £2 a month. Great content. There'll be some more great content on it next season.
Wow.
Yeah,
beautiful
again. Stuff. Notorious nerd, Bonucci for 35 million or Maguire for 70 million. Who would you pick and why, Cameron?
Bonucci for how much?
35.
It's either a short-term fix or a long-term fix. And inflation and all that good stuff.
All that good stuff, yeah.
I think Maguire had a good World Cup. I think he played well. I think he can play the ball out of the back. I don't think you buy Maguire for 70 million though. I think that's quite a high price tag.
Yeah, I think that's...
Bonucci's quite high for his age as well. That's almost $1 million for how old he is.
Jesus. Stats. But at the same time, I think with Bonucci, you're going to get the quality.
Experience.
And
it's not like you have to train him to do stuff.
Suso gets another shot away. Suso's playing very, very well. Just doing Luke Shaw there. Ships it inside, ships it outside, gets a shot on goal. I'd go with Bonucci. But what Maguire's going to give you, as you mentioned, is that ability to play out the back. Again, during the World Cup.
What a ball from Bonucci there.
Another great ball for Bonucci. The guy is literally running the show for AC Milan. Again, that, like, going back to watch AC Milan last season, you sort of see Bonucci, commanding people, and that's the big thing. Not only do you get a ball-playing centre-half, you get someone that commands people off the ball. So if they're, he's telling people to move here to receive it, he's commanding people to drop and, come and so forth, and that's what I really like from Bonucci, that's commanding. But what you get from Maguire, again, for England, in a 3-5-2, again, United playing a 3-5-2 today, it's that ability to play out, and I think that's one of his biggest strengths, to sort of knock the ball around, play it into midfield, the little passes, the combination play, and so forth. We can see that with 72 out of the 77 passes completed against Panama. Maybe a little bit square, so we'll look at maybe another game to check it out there. But what I was interested about Maguire is I thought someone would expose him in the World Cup. I thought there was an opportunity for someone.
Kept telling me
like
all
a Cuadrado, kept on saying, and he didn't
get exposed.
Didn't happen, which again is good. That's a really positive thing, and what I like about it is when he ever had those situations, what he used was his body and his strength, and I think that's a good thing, that he's working into those situations where he's getting his body in between defender and ball and winning it back, which was really good from Harry Maguire. And again, a number of really good performances at the World Cup. I think his game against the Sweden game, I think that was another good one, where he just sort of, let's have a look at Colombia first to see his sort of stats in that one, because I think he played quite well here as well. That's the thing, I think he was arguably England's best player and was the breakout player of the World Cup, again in a 3-5-2, left centre-back. Again, crucial thing, United have a lot of right-footed players at the back. They have a lot of right-footed players through the team, and Maguire will come in and give them a little bit of a balance. The thing that we saw in this game is the ability to win aerial duels from corners. Leicester City haven't really done that with him, but again, England were doing really well. Ashley Young taking corners and not whipping them in or putting them to near post or far post, but just standing them up, like floating them, allowing Maguire to get below it and then winning those aerial duels in the penalty area. Again, something that United could use really, really well. And I think we can see that with the amount of attacking aerial duels that he's won, 4 in the penalty area. Again, something that United could use from set pieces. United not the best at set pieces under Mourinho. They could be better. That's something that could be improved with someone like Harry Maguire. That's what he's going to give you. Bonucci as well, though, very good in the air. The game that I watched to do my analysis was against Juventus, and he beat Chiellini and Barzagli in the air to score a goal. So he's an absolute beast in that situation.
But then Harry Maguire, he's got a massive head and he can bang them.
He has a massive head. That is a big thing. But again, taking the ball out the back. In terms of centre-halves in Europe's top 5 leagues, Maguire has completed more dribbles last season than any other player, 51 out of 60. Very, very safe at driving out of the back and coming into midfield. Again, another quality that you want from a centre-back, quality that Bonucci has. That's why it's quite nice, these two players. They're both, in a way, similar. They're both ball-playing aggressive centre-backs, but they're slightly different, where I think Bonucci will give you a little bit more in terms of tactical awareness and ability to win the ball back, but Maguire, a very, very good option. Then this one was a bit better game for, looking at his attacking third passes, for example. Look at that ability to play and look what he's trying to play. He's trying to get attacking players further higher up the pitch into areas where you want someone like maybe wide right, you want a Chong or you want a Jess Lingard or to the left winger or to the striker. You see what I mean? It's like a good...
But is that worth £70 million?
Not 70 million.
How much would you sign him for in today's market? Bearing in mind he's younger than Bonucci. 50? 60? 40.
I think, again, he was...
Do you think he's going to push for a move?
Maguire?
Yeah.
I think he might do. I think it's one of those things where you could see him really pushing for a move.
When Leicester won the league, and then they were like, right, probably not going to win it again next season, and Kante was like, okay, I want to continue my career.
Yeah.
I'm going to Chelsea. Harry Maguire, okay, I've had a good World Cup. I want to continue my career.
Yeah,
I'm going to go to United.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing there. It's it's the right time for him to move. If Mourinho wants him now, which is the reports of the club, but we don't know whether that's to force Tottenham's hand with Alderweireld. The thing with Alderweireld, I like him as a player, but I still think there's some slight weaknesses in his game. Aerially, you can target him, and I think I think he's a wonderful ball player, really good on the cover, a good defender. But I just, I wouldn't go out and, I'm not going to commit massively. I don't think he's a leader. When I watch Tottenham, I don't see him leading them. I think Vertonghen leads them. I think Eric Dyer leads them. I don't really see Alderweireld leading them. And if this is commanding experienced centre-half that needs to be brought in, he isn't the right guy. But then neither's Harry Maguire, if that's also the thing. So I think it's one of these things where Bonucci's the guy. Bonucci's the main guy. You go out for Bonucci, you spend all your cash on Bonucci, and I think that's, beautiful stuff. You say 40, we signed Rio for 30 20 years ago. Yeah, it's a fair point. Rio, though, the best defender in the Premier League at that point.
And inflation, that's probably
inflation's the big thing there. Do you think Ashley Young's form has hindered Luke Shaw's progress after his injury? Yeah, I think so. I think we can't we can't pretend that Ashley Young didn't have a consistent season. And that's the big word, it's consistent. It's not 10 out of 10s every week, it's 7 out of 10s every week. And United lacked that last season, the consistency.
I think something that you can take from, well, it's pre-season, so you can't really... Well, you can take things from it.
Of course
that's why managers do it.
Yeah.
But, like, Alexis Sanchez is really performing.
He looks good. He looks...
Like, compared to last season, he looks on top of his game.
He does. And I think that's a positive thing for United, investing all that money, because, again, if United had bought Sanchez this summer, everyone's happy. Everyone's fine. But if they bought him in January, forget that he was...
Coming in January... Oh, I thought you'd get a penalty. Coming in January is always hard for players because you've got, 6 months? Well, it's quite a long time. Well, not 6 months because he doesn't finish in June. But, you've got, a limited amount of time to, merge in with the squad.
Yep.
Become, make a core. You've got cores in each.
Yeah, you've got
to find your friends within the team that you're going to hang about with and stuff. And it might take you longer, He might not have moved schools much when he was younger, so
I know what you're saying. What you're making that point that when
the chemistry and the understanding of how players play.
That's the big
thing. If you're world class and you get put into a team, doesn't mean you're going to play world class. You've got to learn.
Yeah, you've got to know what your teammates are doing.
And I think he's done that. And I think the tour's showing that it took him a bit of time to adapt.
Yeah.
And that's what people were saying. As soon as he came, they were like, oh, it's fine, he won't need to adapt to the Premier League. Maybe not the Premier League, but he'll need to adapt
to his teammates.
To Man United.
Yeah, there's a very, very good point.
The tactics between Arsenal and Man United are very different. Arsenal play for fourth, United try and push for the league.
Arsenal under Unai Emery are going to be a very good proposition, very interesting proposition. If you want to check out a video after this live stream, how Emery will set up Arsenal, that's on my channel, go and check that out. But the game I want to talk about with Alexis Sanchez was the game, of course, against Manchester City, where he had a very, his game was so interesting in terms of first half versus second half in terms of what he was doing. First half, very, very poor on the ball, not looking for anyone into the box. But again, what you mentioned, nobody was making the runs.
Yeah.
Second half, we saw Lingard, we saw Pogba making those forward runs into the attacking areas, and Sanchez will find you.
Yeah.
And that's the interesting side of it. That ball to Paul Pogba was fantastic.
No one in the box.
For the goal. And I think that's something that United need to do is runners. If Sanchez is on the ball deep, get runners around him. United, though, in the attacking third at the moment, Sanchez wide left. Scott McTominay, little interchange of passing. For United, one matter touch. Goes for the pass, got to pull the trigger there. But in terms of the goal we're talking about with the runners, again, StatZone app, link in the description below. Absolutely sick app. This is the goal that United scored. Again, United need to be more aware of this, that when they're building play up and Sanchez drops and gets on the ball, they need to make those forward runs. And it was a great transition, this, but what a ball that was from Sanchez. And that's something that, like you're saying, world-class players need time to adapt to their teammates. That's something United need to do. Sanchez drops deep, you've got to run ahead of him. You can't be flat, you've got to go. Whether that's Pogba, Fred, Lukaku, Jess Lingard, you need to make that movement.
And that's what pre-season's for.
Exactly.
So when you sign players in the summer, they should, by the time... Because the amount of, pre-season, all they do is tactical training. Well, not all they do, fitness and stuff, but it's heavily tactics, especially for the new signings, and it's more light training in a way, in terms of you do fun stuff, so you build a bond with your teammates.
Yeah, again, that's something that, and you understand your shape and stuff. There's a great video on my Twitter account, @Statman Dave, if you want to go and follow it on Twitter, that's of, what's the team called? Atletico Madrid, basically transitioning with their 4-4-2. Really interesting, go and check it out. It's basically there's two players in each position. So it's a back four, central midfield, two strikers, but there's two in each position, so there's 22 players. That's Diego Simeone's squad. And it's really interesting coaching where the coaches are basically calling things to the players to react to certain things. So long ball, then we press high. And this is where we stand, this is the halfway. Shit, we've got to transition back. Sorry, excuse the language. Friendly stream and all that. But what was really cool was that movement and that understanding that tactically how flexible this Atletico Madrid team's going to be. They're going to be so good next season. Thomas Lemar, signed from Monaco, brilliant left winger. Gelson Martins, fantastic right winger. They can now go for a traditional 4-4-2 with wingers. what they have always had is that like inside forward type hype train, where the Koke come in. Brilliant play from Alexis Sanchez there, winning the ball
from AC Milan.
Little reverse pass.
So
there.
Cedar says, good point, Ari Sanchez, but at the same time, there were plenty of us that didn't love us getting rid of Mickey. Funny thing about that now is plenty of us want to get rid of a few players.
I don't know why we got. I know why we got rid of Mkhitaryan. Mkhitaryan was a personality clash with Mourinho in an analysis meeting. We know that, but we shouldn't have let him go. Like, he was one of the reasons
he adapted
why
to Arsenal straight away.
Well, it was one of the reasons why United was so good at the start of the season, was him playing as a number 10. It gave Paul Pogba a lot of freedom. You saw that triangle of Pogba, Mata and Tuanzebe just absolutely crunching Crotone there. Lovely challenge. Oh, sorry.
Show him that you're there.
Yeah, show him there. Eat it, tackle, lovely through the back. But going back to the point that I was making, it's like interesting to see how these sort of different environments adapt for different players. Mkhitaryan would have worked for United if he hadn't fallen out of Mourinho. And again, that's a big thing there. Mata, Mickey, Pogba was a key triangle in the sort of start of the season when United were dominant going forward. More questions?
I'm just reading the comments to try and get some questions. Dave doesn't stop talking. Football.
Goals, Gary.
We need a specialist winger. So by that, I think he means out-and-out winger. You need a right winger, if anything.
I think specialist wingers, there's not many in European football. There's not many in world football.
Rebic.
But Perisic would play on the left. Then you've got that problem, where does Sanchez play, where does Martial play? Like, I understand that the right-hand side there is a hole, but I think I'd rather see Chong, Lingard play that position. And I think...
You say Chong, right? So you've got pre-season here and you've got, what, like 5 to 10 lads who are under 18, under 21s, whatever. They want to put an impact on the game. Do you not think the manager should be playing them? Like,
well,
starting... But, like, Angel Gomes, for example, was getting, like, 10 to 15 minutes a game. Like,
I think that's good for him.
But that's what you get in the Premier League at times. Like, you should be giving him a half. We gave Chelsea's first pre-season game against Perth. We gave Callum Hudson-Odoi a full half, and he got an assist.
But again,
and
how
played
is
very
he?
well. He's 18.
Is he sure he's not 20?
He was playing for the under 18.
Check out. I think he's a bit older.
Really?
And what the point I'm making there is that
he's 17.
He's 17. Well, that completely blows my point out the way. See you later, Dave.
17.
But Chelsea never get any youth players anyway. It's all about these guys with youth players.
I'm saying he's 17 and so 45 minutes.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Gomez is what, 17, 18?
He's 18 now, I think.
Surely he should be getting more than 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah, I think again, like, we've had 2 games. United have had 2 games in pre-season so far.
So he's 17.
17
He'll
as well.
Soon be 18.
Soon be 18.
Do you think for these players, do they need to go on loan?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you think a League 1, League 2 loan for them?
You see, with someone like Gomez will be more like Spain or Portugal, would suit him better for his development.
Suit him better for his development, or if you put him in the Championship, he'll learn the physicality. I know everyone's like, oh, he's not physical enough. Oh, he's not physical enough. I'm not talking like, oh, I need to bulk up. I'm talking more rough and ready.
So whenever you watch him for the 18s, everyone is always rough and ready with him. Everyone always goes in on him hard, and he's fine. He bounces straight back up. He wins a lot of free kicks. I think that's an interesting side of his game, is that he's very, very good in those situations, that he doesn't react in a way. Like, he will go back up, and I've seen him put tackles in on people. I've seen him leave a bit of a foot in, which is good. Like, characteristically, that's good to have that on a player like him. And I think with Spain and Portugal, what I'd like to see more is just like him develop as a playmaker, and like him get on the ball, him control the tempo of games, him get into those situations. Because sometimes when I've watched him, he drifts out of games slightly when he's not being found. There's a few times I watch him for the 18s where in central midfield they've not played the ball to him enough, or from centre half they've not played the ball to him enough, and he drifts out a little bit. Then he'll come back in and he'll drop into DM and he'll play make, and then he'll push back up and he'll get the ball a lot more. But I'd like to just see him develop that part of his game over his physicality. That's
a lot of people are like,
important.
oh, he should play on the wing as well. Like, I was speaking to his sister ages ago, and like, he's a number 10. He's a central player.
Yeah, again, like,
he prefers to play through the middle, and I think that's where you get the best out of him. Yeah, because you look at his footwork and it's ridiculous, and his movement.
Oh, he's incredible. I think
his movement and footwork put together, and if he continues his like passing ability, improvement, you've got a class number 10 there.
Yeah, he's definitely number 10. I completely agree. He's a number 10. He's like a Chacotis. That's how
who's your number 10
for United? The
matter.
Well, if they're playing a number 10, it's Sanchez. I think if United move to a 4-1-1 or a 4-2-3 or 4-2-3-1, it's very early in the morning, all these numbers, formations, getting in my head, I'd be going Sanchez, 100%.
Sanchez,
Lukaku. That like as a 2.
Someone is saying, how do you get rid of players on 100 grand a week who ain't good enough for United? Who's going to buy Chris Smalling and Jones and Rojo?
It's a problem with the wage structure. That's just that's why Ferguson and Wenger made it such a point to have a wage structure where it's structured. The best players get paid the best, and it goes down and it's tiered. So you don't have a massive problem that you're paying someone 100 grand a week that you may want to sell on. I think that again is a problem with modern football, that there's a lack of wage structure, and that's why Tottenham are such a progressive side and doing so well, because they have a wage structure. Ooh, shot coming in there from Suso. He's having a good half, actually.
I don't even think Chanaloglu's on the pitch.
He's playing on the left-hand side now.
He's a brilliant free kick taker.
Oh, he's wonderful, yeah. But going back to your point, wage structure is so important so you don't have this problem, and it's a good point raised in the comments. Shout out to the comments.
Well, anyway, so Mourinho has been told, according to the Mail, that he needs to sell before he can strengthen. So what are your thoughts on this? Who would you like to see, should I say, go out, and who would you want to see come in? Because I'm sure if you sell, it's like for like. You want to sell someone and then replace them in that position, or you sell dead wood. So who do you think may get sold this summer? Obviously, another interesting thing is Martial's obviously gone home. Yeah. You know,
but it's not a going home, you've been sent home type.
Not a going home, you've been sent home, but he didn't speak to Mourinho about it. He just left, apparently.
Okay.
But the reason he's left is basically his wife's going to give birth soon, so he's left so he can see that, which every dad would. And then Mourinho's gone, you naughty boy, I didn't say you could go.
But then he's got to be sanctioned to leave. That's the big thing. If he's not gone through the correct club procedure, then Mourinho's completely correct to be like, what are you doing? Because that's the kind of thing. I understand giving birth's a big thing and you've got to be there.
So according to The Times, Mourinho is angry and deeply unhappy at Martial for leaving MUFC's training camp for the birth of his child. He has told his teammates he doesn't intend to return for the rest of it.
There's the problem.
He hasn't told Mourinho he doesn't intend to return. He's told his teammates. Obviously,
people are going to talk.
Yeah. So Mourinho's been told he has to sell, and obviously the relationship between Martial and Mourinho isn't the greatest. No. Is Martial on his way out and someone coming in for him, or who do you think you need to sell?
I don't think, I'd probably be getting, maybe Darmian, but now they've got a problem at right back. You're looking at someone like Marcus Rojo.
You need to get rid of one centre back at least.
Yeah, definitely.
Otherwise, you've got too many there.
That's the problem, yeah. But then at the ssame time, with someone like an Anthony Martial, he's a wonderful player, and I'd keep him. I'd keep him 100%. I think he's got such talent. I think if you can develop that talent, you've got an absolute superstar in the making. But the problem is, if there's a breakdown with Mourinho, Martial, if there's a breakdown between club and Martial, and United need to raise funds, there isn't any other options really.
Yeah, but do you think, obviously, United need to raise funds? If Mourinho's saying I want to get rid of Martial, Martial saying I want to leave the club, his price.
This is the problem, yeah. This is why, again, you've got to keep these inside things inside the club.
Which are not, though, because it's so open. Everyone knows that Martial wants to leave. Yeah. Everyone knows that Mourinho and Martial don't get on. So everyone knows that his price is going to be lower.
Yeah. That's the frustrating thing about it, again. But there's nothing you can really do about it, and that's kind of the problem. Herrera, Fellaini, interesting stuff. Right, guys, we may roll a little VT so we can go for a little bit of a toilet break. So these are three players that United need to sign from Juventus. DJ, spin that record.
Moving forward now, let's talk about which players should be brought in to Manchester United in priority. First of course, it's got to be Alexandro. Alexandro would fit so well at Manchester United. A top quality fullback. United have sort of struggled with their fullbacks since the days of Patrice Evra. Sandro would give that quality. Not only is Sandro good in the final third and would give great width for Manchester United in potentially a 4-3-3, he'd add that killer instinct, that ability to pick a pass. In his Porto days, he used to look for balls at the back post for Jackson Martinez. Again, Jackson Martinez was excellent in the air, something that Romelu Lukaku has. So if Sandro can get high on that left wing, cross to the back post, United are going to score a few goals. But also as well, if there's players looking for cutbacks, I like to suggest Lingard's great movement in the penalty area, or someone like Anthony Martial lurking on the edge of the box, or even Alexis Sanchez, that's where again Alexandro can slow himself down in that final third. United's shape should arguably look like a 2-3-2-3. 3. Again, the fullbacks very, very high. Delot on one side, Sandro on the other side. If you want to see more on Delot, I've done some transfer talk about Delot signing for United on my channel, so I'll link it up above. But in terms of that 4-3-3, I think that's how you control a game of football in the modern day. Pogba and Fred in midfield. The good thing as well with Alex Sandro, who's played with Pogba before, the last season they played together, there was 4 passes from Paul Pogba that led to a Sandro assist. The second assist pass. Again, with Pogba's quality as well from delivering from that inside left channel. The pass we were talking about from Marchisio, that clip ball over the top for the Pjanic goal, that could happen with Paul Pogba. If Sandro's really advanced, that little cutback, then the ball comes in from Pogba. Something that Sandro's very good at, and that's linking with his teammates. Moving to other systems where Sandro would really fit in, again, the 4-2-3-1. With the signing of Fred, with Nemanja Matic, and potentially playing Paul Pogba on one of the wings, maybe the right wing, they could transition to pretty much a 2-2-5-1 with the ball. Again, that's Sandro being an outlet on the left wing. From watching Shakhtar Donetsk, they transitioned really well into that system, and I'd really like United to maybe take that shape in certain games. Pogba playing on the right-hand side, Sandro being very, very high in the final third, providing that attacking outlet down the left wing. Alternatively, it is the 3-5-2. Sandro's played there for Juve and looked really, really good. This season as well, he's played in central midfield, so could be another option, maybe against one of the bigger teams, playing another defensive player in the centre of the park, but most predominantly will be as a left wing back, again providing that threat in the final third, allowing United to play both Alexis Sanchez and of course Romelu Lukaku as centre forwards, the dream for everybody. Moving on to the second priority, it's got to be Bernardeschi. There is a right-wing shaped hole in the United setup at the moment, someone that can really create from that area and score goals. Something that we didn't mention before, Bernardeschi is very, very good from free kicks. Scored 5 in his time in Serie A. And I think he could be that danger, that ability to stay wide, open up the pitch before coming in on that left foot. There's something very Iron Robin-esque about Bernardeschi, that you know he's going to come into that left foot, you know he's going to look for those long shots, but he just does it time and time again. Consistently coming onto that left foot and getting shots on goal. But as well, that'll open up massive space for Delot or Valencia on the overlap. Again, that classic move of a player coming inside opens up bags of space for a fullback to attack. We all know that fullbacks are the key guys in modern football. If they can get to areas and create, like we've seen Delot do for Porto and Porto under-18s, that again could be a great outlet for United. And width on both sides. If they were to sign Alex Sandro as a left wing-back getting high, Bernardeschi staying wide on the right, but also combining with that fullback, perfect in a 4-3-3. We also spoke about Bernardeschi coming off the line and entering that number 10 area. Again, the shape, the system would allow Bernardeschi that space to combine, narrow potentially with Alexis Sanchez, almost playing 2 number 10s behind Romelu Lukaku. On to priority number 3, I'd love to see Mario Mandzukic at Manchester United. Would be a great option off the bench, but also in the bigger games would be a guy to come up clutch. Mario Mandzukic works so hard, and that's what we mentioned, but tactically could open up a number of doors for United, potentially in a 4-3-3, playing a false 9. We saw Roberto Martinez play that with Belgium with Kevin De Bruyne as a 10, Hazard on the left, and of course Lukaku on the right. Lukaku was positioned out there to pin back Marcelo, pin back one of the best attacking fullbacks in world football. With United, you think in the City system, it's very, very sort of geared to playing fullbacks high, and if United can pin those guys back, it kills a lot of City's attack. Again, it would look like a little bit of a diamond in midfield with Alexis Sanchez at the tip, pressing, sitting deep, but allowing those 2 forwards to stay high. Not only could Mario Mandzukic provide that pressure and that ability to, really get into your face, but again, would be that option. Fullbacks usually now are sort of short, they're usually good on the ball. Having someone like Mario Mandzukic tearing down on you for 90 minutes is something that I would like to see. Think Trent Alexander-Arnold as well, a player that's really come on in the last few seasons. He's yet to deal with a wide target man, and that's why I think tactically Mario Mandzukic would be a great option for Manchester United. And lastly, signing Mario Mandzukic would mean United... Well, we're back, guys. Half-time break done. Did you enjoy it? Was it good?
I did. I had a nice toilet break.
I got some more coffee.
I got some water.
All the good stuff. Get your questions in at half-time. Anything that's on your footballing mind.
Statman, how do you reckon Ipswich will get on this season under Paul Hurst? They've been a I live with 2 Ipswich fans. 2? Yeah. Callum, shout out. Curtis, shout out. Basically, they've been mid-table for ages. They're the longest team in the championship, out of the whole 24. And they're saying that they're expecting maybe like a mid-season start, a mid-table start, and then maybe a slight push for promotion.
Okay.
They've signed a new striker. They've kept their keeper, who's played class. Like when I went and watched Ipswich with them, his name's like Bart Balwowski.
The guy that used to play for Southampton.
I'm not sure.
I think he is.
He went to the World Cup with Poland.
Nice.
He's actually a pretty decent keeper. Anyway, so yeah, I think they might push for playoffs / mid-table, but I don't think they'll get relegated. I don't think they'll be in a relegation battle, and I don't think they'll probably go up. I think they'll be mid-table / a push for playoffs. Whether they'll get it, it's confusing.
Tasty. Where are Wolves finishing this season? Coming in from Cameron Myers. You're another Cameron out there. Shout out to Camerons all around the world. I think they'll finish in the top half of the table. But anyway, guys, the One Football app, again, link in the description below, can show you all the good stuff in the International Champions Cup, including the stats of the game. Man United not having the majority of possession. AC Milan dominating the ball, but again, United creating things. What I like about this United team is when they've got going today in terms of counter-attacking, they've created big chances. 8 shots, 7 on target. Decent stats there, and again 4 shots within the penalty area, winning the tackles for fun. All 5 out of 5 tackles won. Decent stuff. 16% of the long passes as well. All the stats, all the good stuff. United though lining up in the 3-5-2 today, guys. Get into the comments. What do you think of this 3-5-2? Is it going to be an option with Romelu Lukaku and Alexis Sanchez? Should we sign another defender? Coming in from Mr. Bills.
Should you sign another defender?
Yes.
You need to get rid of one first.
I think so.
If you sign one, I think you'll have to get rid of 2.
Yeah.
Rojo and, well, Jones, I guess.
Yeah.
But I think he favours Jones over Smalling. I'm not sure.
But yeah, I think there's got to be somebody going out for them to come in. Thoughts on Golovin signing for Monaco, coming from Luke Lombardi. Excellent signing. Going to be one. I think Monaco are a really good team to go to be developed. I think Yardim with his wide forwards, the likes of Bernardo Silva, who he's had before. Now Golovin, that's that type of aggressive, ball-winning central midfielder. I think that's what you kind of want in terms of, as a sort of have as a manager, be absolutely perfect. I think he'll do really well with Yuri Tillsman next season for Monaco. So yeah, good stuff. Do you think James Wilson has a future? I'm a Sheffield United fan. Thought he was very lazy. I think James Wilson will play football at a certain level. At what level, I'm not too sure. League One could be a good option for him. And if he's being lazy for Sheffield United, that's not really a good trait to have. At this part of his career, he needs to be working as hard as possible on and off the ball.
Let's talk about the current situation of Man United then.
Okay.
So you've got a lot of toxic fans, and then you've got a lot of positive fans, and you just got fans in the middle, right?
Yeah.
So all I ever see on Twitter from United fans is Martial fanboys, or Martial out, or Jose out. Do you think Mourinho needs to stay? Obviously, there was a video you did on Full-Time Devils. I watched that earlier,
Yeah, excellent video. Yeah.
Big up Full-Time Devils. Anyway, do you think Mourinho, if he doesn't win the league this season, is gone?
No, I don't think so. I think the thing...
Because he's got a record of 2 years here, a year and a half there, 3 years here, 2.5.
With his record as well, what's quite interesting is that when he's been there 3 years and he's left the job or been sacked, there's been like a bit of a transfer problem. Chelsea, for example, Michael, what's called Emenalo?
Yeah.
Who was bringing the transfers in, like signing players that Mourinho didn't really want. And he left there. You think Real Madrid, similar thing there, where he just fell out with Florentino Perez. And it's frustrating in a way to see that, but at the same time, United still have 15, 14 days now of the transfer window. They can make their signings, everything's going to be fine. With United, it's a longer term job than, for example, your Chelsea or your Inter Milan or your Porto. Like, it's a rebuilding job in a way. We're still sort of in the fallout of Sir Alex Ferguson. We can't not say that's the truth. That is the truth. So, like, Mourinho is the perfect guy at the moment for Manchester United, and you've just got to back your manager. You've got to support your club, and that's the biggest thing. Support the club over everything else. And Mourinho is the right man at the moment for me, and I don't think he'll be sacked at the end of the season if they don't win the league. Yeah, you've got to remember this City team. It's a very, very good team, and it's been heavily invested in. And that's kind of the difference, is the money that they've spent at the moment. Same with Liverpool, 200 million in the last year?
A lot of things also I see on Twitter is, United, we need to sign someone. Oh, Jose's not signing anyone. What is happening at this club? We need to be signing big players here, big players there, big players everywhere. Anyway, what do you think about the current transfer situation then? I know you say you've got 19 days or whatever, but do you think there's going to be any movement?
Yeah,
especially with Mourinho apparently being told he needs to sell players before he can buy. What is going on there? You're one of the richest clubs. Why are you needing to sell people to buy people?
You've the overall situation of like wage budget. I don't know what the spend is, and I'm not dealing with the budgets. And like, you want the football club not to go bankrupt. And that's the biggest thing with like football and money and stuff, is that you can't be in that situation where you've got to be United are paying certain things. There's certain things that are being paid. They are getting a certain amount of money in. To spend that money, they need to balance. They need to balance the books in a commercial sense, and that's the most important thing. We never want to see Man United go bankrupt.
I think something that is really strange for me. Obviously not a United fan, but I see a lot of it on Twitter after following all of yous in Studio 68. Oh. Anyway,
you're going to become a United fan by the end of the season.
Woodward is on holiday. Right?
We don't know the intricacies of his
But this is rumoured, right? He's in Miami or something, or Mourinho's going to meet him in Miami or somewhere. Why is he on holiday?
I don't think he's on holiday, to be honest.
Apparently. But if he is, okay.
It's probably just, like, again, like...
Say he is on holiday, right? Is he your director of football?
No, he's not director of football.
What is
Again, I think that's a role that United need to recruit. He's the chief exec, I think, is he?
Because... people are saying all he needs to work is the summer, and then his holiday the rest of the year. Like, if he is on holiday, it's a mad thing. Like, but
yeah, he's executive vice chairman. I think in terms of that, I don't think he's on.
So do you think?
Holiday, but
okay, so you said that's a thing we need to sign a director of football.
Yeah.
Cliche question on Football Manager is, how do you think a director of football role is in the...
I think it's important. I think
you're one of them, are you? I always go, I think it's good if you have the right guy.
But I think that's a big thing. It's got to be the right guy, and it's got to be the correct model for the club. And
Chelsea. I support Chelsea.
Chelsea. But yeah, I think it's important to get the... I've been talking with my mic off the whole time.
You've been picked up from my mic.
Oh my God, thank God. Right, back in the game, guys. Apologies about that. Classic 4 o'clock in the morning or 5 o'clock in the morning type hype train. But yeah, director of football works when you have a head coach that accepts a director of football and wants to coach.
Do you think Mourinho...
Pochettino would be perfect guy to having a director of football.
Mourinho and Manalo, I think that's how you pronounce it. Didn't work.
But then that's the thing, the relationship
can't work with a director of football.
I think he can, but it has to be, like you're saying, has to be the right guy. Like, the two personalities need to work quite well. Just realised we just seen the replay of me go, I've just not got my mic plugged in.
So people are very, very wanting to know, very wanting good English at 4 or 5 in the morning, whatever it is. Yeah. Martial to Chelsea. Do you think Martial is out of the club?
Never ever sell Martial to a club in the league.
Apparently,
full stop. Like, I wouldn't.
Mourinho doesn't rate him though. Apparently,
but still, with Man United as a proposition, you've got to not.
With Barca just signing Malcolm Williams not going to go to Barca now. So is that a swap deal maybe? And that's your right wing problem sorted.
That's the thing. But then, like, you're selling someone that's got, evidently more talent than Willian, and you're not getting any money from it. Like, for me, that deal doesn't work. For William, for 65 million quid, doesn't work. You don't pay that for him as a player. He's not that good. He's a very good player, and he's good defensively, good going forward. He's got that yard of pace, can create a goal out of nothing, but he's not that good. He's not £65 million. He's not as good as Anthony Martial. The ceiling for Anthony Martial is a lot higher than what Willian has got in his whole entire career. And that's a big, big thing, that you can't be swapping assets like that within a league.
I'll give you a thumbs up, Abdul.
You've got to take it as the direct rivals. I ain't selling my best player to you. When we play Football Manager, when it comes out, the new one, we're going to do a live stream for 24 hours, sponsored live stream for charity.
Diabetes UK.
Diabetes UK.
Is that what I heard?
Yeah, that's what we'll be doing. I am not going to sell any of you any of my good players. Full stop. Don't care.
Cheeky little £100 million bid.
But if there's a swap deal involved.
So like Williams.
No. But no, I wouldn't let him go within the league at all. Thiago Alcantara is the one that's coming into the comments a lot. What do I think of Thiago? Thiago is so good on his day.
New keeper, Lee Grant off. Is that Pereira?
Yeah, Joel Pereira coming on for Manchester United in the second half, number 40. Big claps all around.
Someone saying, why not Sir Alex for director of football? I think he knows targets, but whether he knows how to manage director of football role.
Yeah, I think that United need to move on in a way. Fergie's gone upstairs. That's absolutely cool. I think that's what United need to do, is the new model. Ferguson is not the new model. Ferguson is the old model of that autocratic manager that controls everything. I think United need to move to a way where they get a director of football Fergie would be probably good at it, but at the same time, like, he's done so much for the club. It's time for him to chill out and retire. I can't wait until I retire. I'm going to have such a good time getting smashed every day.
The clock might be a bit behind.
Apologies.
Put my thumb up there.
Okay, good work, Karen. That's about 32 seconds behind, but whatever. Let's pretend that's not the case.
Someone is saying here, what's wrong with Man United is it doesn't matter what players we have under Mourinho. We could have 11 Cristiano Ronaldos, but he'd still be playing Route 1 football, win the second ball,
with Cristiano Ronaldo when he won the Liga, when Guardiola was manager of Barcelona, when Lionel Messi was there, Xavi and Iniesta were there, that Mourinho that had Cristiano Ronaldo and did really well with Cristiano Ronaldo, only one of them as well.
Yeah.
Interesting. You can have whatever thoughts you want on football. Football is a lovely game with many opinions.
Someone saying
that opinion was wrong.
Should Sarri start Hudson-Odoi at Chelsea?
It's for you, that.
Right, so I don't think he should start him. I think he should be a player, like a squad player. Give him a few starts in the Cup, like the Carabao or the FA Cup, or both. I think thing is, everyone wants to see the youth players in their team.
Sanchez playing over Matteo Darmian, United in behind.
There's no one there.
Oh. Sanchez!
Oh! I'm only doing that because that was a flying kick. But anyway,
that was some super duper
so back to Hudson-Odoi.
Yeah, back to Hudson-Odoi.
You'd like to see Chong start.
Yep. Everyone wants to see young players start.
Everyone wants to see their youth start, right? But whether it's the right time to see their youth start, like, you can't just walk into the team as a youngster because, like, you're hyped and people want to see that. You've got to, like, earn a place in your starting 11. I think a few performances is good, but you've got to build on them. Like,
you do, yeah.
And in training, you've got to impress, like, week in, week out. It's not just like, look at one of the most highly
McTominay intercepted high up the pitch. Shot comes in.
And he
saved.
Oh my days, what was that?
Missed the second one.
But yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing him start in a few games, and then if he starts in those games, like when Rashford came onto the scene, scores 2 bangers, you know, and then scores in his next game and scores in his next game, that's when you start to think we've got an absolute baller on our hands. And I think he is a baller. I just think he's 17. The kid still has like a lot more time to improve, and he is already unbelievable.
Yeah,
he's almost as good as me.
May see a scout report on the Statman Dave YouTube channel coming very soon. Patrick is coming in saying delusional United fans. Willian is miles ahead of Martial. We're not saying that. That's not the point. The point is the potential, the peak of Martial's potential is a lot higher of where Willian's gone in his career. That's all we're saying. That I believe, that's my opinion. Willian's a wonderful player, don't get me wrong. I love Willian. For Brazil, it was fantastic. And he's been brilliant for Chelsea as well. When Chelsea have gone through their tough times, Willian's a guy that stands up. Personality, that's probably why Mourinho wants him. Is he's got great personality. Where I'd say that's probably the better part in comparison to Martial, is that personal side that Willian really wants to try hard and all that type of thing, which is good. Don't get me wrong, guys.
So Patrick, a lot of questions for Dave here about Sarri and Chelsea. I don't know whether you know this, but Statman Dave has a YouTube video dedicated to how Chelsea was set up alongside Sarri. So go and give that a little watch after this live stream, or maybe go to bed then give it a watch. But
check this guy.
Make sure to
out.
Go and check it out.
Lionel Plugson.
Very, very good content. You know, as a Chelsea fan myself, I enjoyed.
Excellent. But let's talk about the game right now. United just created a really good opportunity. Sanchez. Deeper midfield, Darmian makes not deep, at number 10, Darmian makes the run on the overlap, ball over the top, cuts it back at the edge of the area, little half volley. Lovely football, right?
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Sanchez has been on fire, absolutely on fire.
From what I've seen, like, of your other games, you were boring.
Yeah.
You were sideways.
Yeah.
This game is just completely different.
It's
and that's another foul, like, Bailly doesn't have to give that away.
Yeah.
He's been a bit rash.
Yeah. That's the thing, that's one of the...
That's something that you cut out in pre-season. So you do pre-season, and then Mourinho will be in training like, mate,
stand on your feet.
What are you doing there?
That's the best defenders that you watch. They always stay on their feet.
We are drinking coffee.
Nesta, coffee.
What are you drinking?
Oh, coffee, yes.
I'm drinking water.
The tassel was worth the hassle. I think this is Ben's mug. Shout out to Ben, absolute legend of the game.
Just graduated, anyway.
Just graduated. Yeah, graduating is good. Go uni.
Someone is saying, why is Jose trying to sell younger players? Please answer.
Why is Jose trying to sell younger players?
I don't know. Is he?
With Martial, is he? I don't know. Martial's like...
Well, Martial, like, how old is he? Like 22? Something like that, yeah. That's like, people want to... If they're not starting week in, week out, they want to move on. It's not just Jose, is it? It's like...
No, exactly, yeah.
It's like Nathaniel Chalobah at Chelsea. Knew he was only going to be getting, like, maybe like 10, 15 games a season. He wants to improve his career. He goes to Watford and he'll start every game.
Is it Trevor, his brother?
Trevor at Ipswich, yeah. He's mental.
Was it him that we were watching? Who was playing? Oh no, so I was watching England get absolutely hammered by France under 19s because that's the stuff I do in my spare time. I don't even need to watch it. But I think
he was playing in that game.
He was playing in that game. He's supposed to be better than Nathaniel?
Yeah, apparently so, yeah. He's just gone on loan to Ipswich and been given the number 6 shirt.
Ooh.
And he's 18?
Fair play. Patrick, you are just in the comments debating. That's what we want, guys. Keep debating 19. In the comments. But United setting up in a 3-5-2, that's what I just wanted to show you here. A lot of interplay, a lot of interchange. Alexis Sanchez so far is completely running the game in an attacking sense.
So obviously Tuanzebe's playing in this game. How much game time do you reckon he'll get in the season?
I hope he gets a lot.
Someone wants to see him get a lot.
He is one of the most talented United players I've seen ever.
Just looks very comfortable on the ball. Like he's asking for it there, and he's got 2 men pressing him.
So in terms of centre backs, the guys that I've seen come through the reserves at United was Gerard Piqué was the last one that this guy's a player.
Yeah,
and that's kind of that's a big
bold statement.
Bold statement about Axel Tuanzebe, and I think he needs game time. With Smalling, with Jones, with Tuanzebe, obviously Tuanzebe at the moment is the guy with the potential and the guy that could evolve into something a lot bigger than Jones and Smalling. But when Jones and Smalling were at United, they had the same thing where they had a lot of potential and maybe they've not hit the same heights that they were expected, or their potential was less than what it was. We're just getting a clip of Kieran McKenna sitting next to Mourinho like that.
And Michael Carrick as well.
That's good team.
You know, maybe not a smiling Mourinho, but Mourinho.
A Mourinho nonetheless. Always happy as Larry. But yeah,
is Sanchez really worth 500k a week?
Yes, he is. Yeah, he's when he's on form.
And I used to wind my United mate up about it because he just kept going on and on about it. But I think it's actually 300k a week and then sponsors and everything and bonuses and stuff like. But yeah,
if he gets the level that he got at Arsenal, then yeah, he's definitely worth that.
Jose Mourinho can't develop young attacking players like Rashford, Martial, Salah, and De Bruyne. I don't know about Salah and De Bruyne because I don't think they're
just such bad examples. But De Bruyne fell out with him. De Bruyne pretty much went into a hump, went into a sulk because he wasn't getting game time. Even though Mourinho started him in the first game of the season, he got a wonderful assist. De Bruyne's personality at that point was terrible. De Bruyne openly admits that his personality at that time was wrong, and him going to Wolfsburg made him grow up. Well, if you don't know about Wolfsburg is basically a town that Volkswagen basically have set up to work in their factories, and there's nothing there. And De Bruyne learnt a lot about himself in that moment. He was a bit depressed at the start when he was there because he was on his own and so forth. But he grew up as a person, and he battled through his anxiety, his depression, which is fair play to the guy. Absolute credit there. But at Chelsea didn't have that same mentality, and when he became that player at Wolfsburg, that was the De Bruyne that you want to buy, not the De Bruyne that was at Chelsea. Very different players, and it took that move to take him to that next level. Similar with Mo Salah. Mo Salah needed to go to Roma to realise his potential, and I don't think that's anything to do with Mourinho. It's more about the players.
The players are playing with world-class players already there, like Hazard and stuff like that, and it's
hard to get in the team, isn't it? That's the thing.
Yeah, that's the thing, but when they're there and they're seeing these players like this, they're like, well, why aren't I as good as them? And then their attitude drops.
But then that's an attitude problem. Well, Marcus Rashford is a player that I think has developed massively under Mourinho. Marcus Rashford has put his game on, his game is so much better in a defensive sense. And the thing with Rashford is he listens to tactical instructions. And that's something that you don't get from other players in world football that have the same amount of talent as Marcus Rashford, but they don't listen. Marcus Rashford does. A great example, game against West Ham a few seasons ago where United couldn't break West Ham down. Mourinho was like, look, stay wide, take on the fullback. He stayed wide, took on the fullback, created 2 goals, United won the game. And that's why Rashford, for me, has such potentials, because he listens. He listens, and he's developed massively over the 2 seasons under Mourinho. 50 appearances last season? Let's not pretend that he's not playing him. 50 appearances. Means he's there. Yeah, the consistency of his start, AC Milan through, chance on goal, decent defending from Axel Tuanzebe. I think he blocked it, did he not?
No, it was just an awful shot.
Oh,
he put him off.
Well,
put him off. You do what you want to do.
Absolute lovely stuff. Luke Shaw, looking fresh.
Someone said, how's Diogo Dalot there with you?
He's injured at the moment, isn't he? So they're doing some extra work. They need some extra money. Didn't get paid enough for United, right? Anthony Martial is lazy, seems not interested in playing. Ship him off. That comes from Goodwin James.
Jose doesn't talk to players. Even De Bruyne said I only spoke to him twice. What's your opinions?
What's that again?
De Bruyne said he only spoke.
They fell out. It's reported that that's basically a slight at Mourinho because they fell out.
Right.
Like, if you've got a manager that's not played you and that's not giving you the game time you want, and then you leave the club. Sanchez, ball out the top to Luke Shaw. Awful first touch.
I like the idea, but he didn't execute it as well.
Yeah, interesting.
What are your thoughts on Luke Shaw? He's a controversial little
character.
Guy.
Yeah, he is.
Obviously went away, partying hard in Ibiza and stuff. Got a little dad body, Apparently the girls loving that at the moment.
You know what?
I like that dad body.
The problem I've got is I love the smash as well. You know what I mean?
Comes back and he's apparently fit.
Yeah.
Looks different in the face. Maybe had a bit of surgery. Who knows? Allegedly. And now he's playing for United again. Do you think this is the season for him, or do you think? Well,
it is. If he doesn't do it this season, then he's gone, isn't he?
United need to be careful. They're trying to play an offside trap. Chris Small's just there like, he's offside, ref, he's offside, just standing still. Got to follow in.
Uh-oh. Eric Bailly down, injured.
And that's another thing you don't want to see. Chris Smalling and Jones, everyone. Woo!
Back in the game. Killer is coming in hard, saying, listen to what you're saying. He's improving defensively. Who gives a beep? He should be improving in attack. He's a striker. Killer, when you're a footballer, you need to develop all the assets of your game to be the best player in the world. So improving defensively is very, very important. Ronaldo improved defensively under Sir Alex Ferguson. He knew how to work hard. He became the best player in the world. He still works defensively very, very hard. You look last season, the goal that Real Madrid scored against Bayern Munich when they pressed him out the back. Who leads the press? It's Cristiano Ronaldo. Defensively, it's important to be defensively aware. Something that Marcus Rashford has there. A late challenge, though, coming in there.
Funny how you say that, because he also said Mourinho converting Rashford into a fullback and you're praising him. Sort it out.
He's a fullback?
No, but you know how you were saying Ronaldo, he works defensively?
It's just what he did at Man United back in the day. Again, we need to go back and revisit history. We can't make our own history that Ronaldo appeared out of nowhere and was the best player in the world. He worked hard in all assets of his game, and that's the big, big thing as a player. You need to be able to improve in that situation, because if you can't improve defensively, it means that there's going to be a ceiling in your potential because you can't improve your overall game. That is a problem.
Someone said, I know you do some work with MUTV, but occasionally you are occasionally allowed to be critical of Jose. So let's think about it then. Have you got any negatives about Jose Mourinho?
So the things that I would improve with this United team, I think fullbacks need to play a lot higher. They need to play more as wingers in the final third. They need to dribble up. They need to take people on.
So this is things that Mourinho could tactically
improve in an attacking sense. I think Kieran McKenna is going to be a big part of that. That unfortunately comes back to Louis van Gaal. Louis van Gaal's Man United consistently would have the ball in the final third and go from left to right, fullback to fullback. The fullbacks wouldn't push on. That's something that's been ingrained into them by Louis van Gaal. That's something that Mourinho maybe needs to evolve again this season with the likes of Kieran McKenna in an attacking sense. That's what I'd say there with Mourinho. Mourinho's got some games wrong for United. Sevilla, Champions League, got it wrong, both home and away. But he's got stuff very right. Chelsea, back end of the season, Tottenham back end of the season, Man City in the second half. Mourinho got a lot of things right. We can't not give him credit for those types of things, but there are games like the Sevilla one, as I mentioned, where he didn't get it right at all, that he could improve on next season. I think that's an interesting side there. Guys, keep liking the video. See if we can get to 200 likes and Cameron will do something funny. Unfortunately, Cameron has signed up for that. Subscribe to Cameron. How many subs are you on, Cameron?
6.
6 subs?
Wow.
Lads, come on. Wow. Link in the description below to Cameron's YouTube channel. Go and get on that. Ronaldo came back, are you high, from NF. Ronaldo defended for Ferguson. Ferguson always defended in a 4-4-2. Go and watch United back in that time. They were very, very structured when they defended. When they didn't have the ball, Ronaldo dropped back into that team.
Dave, can we show Camlesh how Sanchez scored using the Stat Zone app, maybe?
No, we can't.
No?
No, unfortunately.
So why don't you just describe it?
That was a great goal.
Yeah. So what?
Long ball out the back. So what we'll show you from One Football. Long ball out the back from one of the lads. I think it may have been Lee Grant. Playmaker.
Wow.
Long ball out the back.
Wow.
Scott McTominay flicked it on. Sanchez, first time running behind. Juan Mata with the ball. Opens himself up.
Scott McTominay.
Goal.
Flick on.
Juan Mata.
Yep. Sanchez. Touch with a thigh.
Yep.
Runs in. See you later, Donnarumma. He's on the floor like that. And then it goes round him.
Absolute goal time. But yeah, United looking half
Still
decent.
no substitutions from United yet. There's a lot of substitutions from AC Milan, and Pepe Reina's about to come on.
Pepe Reina, linked with Chelsea recently, actually.
We're getting Rob Green instead.
Rob Green. Sarri ball next season is going to be so sexy with Jorginho and Kante. It'll be interesting to see if Hazard will thrive in the vertical.
I hope he stays.
Yeah, I think with Hazard, it's going to be interesting to see if he plays as a false nine, because that's where I would evolve Hazard. That's the next sort of stage for him. He doesn't like playing that role, which I find really weird, because these players that want to be the guys in the team. They played as a striker is good for them, so that would be good, because obviously Dries Mertens at Napoli was played as a centre forward and was a winger before then. So all interesting stuff. Thoughts on Romelu Lukaku on the right wing? Well, the game, of course, the Brazil-Belgium game in the World Cup was a really good example of what Lukaku can do, played in that position. I think he's a player that's so good with the ball at his feet that United need to play more. That's another thing with stylistically, United need to play quicker to Lukaku, faster to Lukaku. Use him as that target man a little bit more, because we've seen that he can be dominant in those arenas, but bigger games, get Lukaku on the right wing, because we saw for Belgium that he was absolutely sick in those situations.
Which Donnarumma is playing? I don't know.
Now it's his brother, Antonio, I think is his brother. But in terms of Lukaku, his link-up play for the Belgium goal, the second goal, was absolutely brilliant.
Spread it wide.
Shot comes in from... Oh, decent shot. Luke Shaw outside the area, smashes it in. But the second goal for Belgium was brilliant, and Lukaku showed what his ability is, picking up the ball on the halfway, brilliant burst of pace through the middle, and then just a lovely ball out to De Bruyne, who crashed the shot over. But what you got tactically from that game was a false nine, playing in a central position, drawing the centre-halves out of position, Kevin De Bruyne doing that really well, and Lukaku operating in a sort of wide target man-esque role. If you take a look at the passes that was received by De Bruyne, all in the areas where you'd expect someone like Jess Lingard could play the similar role in the bigger game. Jess Lingard working hard, pressing from the front, but also linking the play like De Bruyne did for Belgium. But the interesting side with Lukaku is that when he's played on the right, you can bully the opposition the opposition's left back like Belgium did. That was Marcelo. They're basically looking to pin Marcelo back. Again, you think City, where City are good and when they actually play well is when their fullbacks get high. If you can pin both of their fullbacks back, game, set, match. Manchester United. But Lukaku, awesome on the right wing. Can't wait for him to play there a little bit more. Should Martial learn the right wing? Yes, 100%. Should have done that started last season. I like Hazard more centrally as well from coming into the comments. Reina is playing. Lukaku on the right wing. Sanchez number 10, Martial on the left. Yeah, could be very interesting. But I think Jess Lingard's got to be in there in these bigger games. Left, right and centre. But yeah, lovely, lovely stuff. Manchester United won. AC Milan won in the International Champions Trophy.
Someone said that they would prefer Alexandro over Bale.
Over Bale, yeah, I'd agree. I think fullbacks over a right winger or an attacking player is needed. United have got a lot of attacking players.
I think your width can come from fullbacks. Everything. If you have attacking fullbacks and they know how to play in a positioning sense, you're pretty much spot on.
That's it. That's kind of it. The modern day thing is
they can become wingers.
That's it. That's kind of the game. Like Deleu's perfect at
Ashley Young was a winger and he's now a fullback and he can play high as well.
Yeah, he's underrated when he's in those areas. I don't think he crosses enough from that inside level. Little touch through from Sanchez.
Yeah.
Scott McTominay, left-hand side, works the ball back.
Nice little turnout.
Sanchez is just looking really confident, isn't he? Just a little dink ball into the box for Matteo Darmian.
Shouldn't have jumped that early.
No, I think we've got to make some subs. Want to see some players coming on. Want to see a little bit of Chong, a little bit of Gomes. Let's get who's on the bench for Man United. Again, OneFootball app, link in the description below. That's the AC Milan bench. We don't give a monkeys about that. So for United, again, Matic, Rochelle Williams, Valencia's obviously gone home. Pereira, Fosu-Mensah will be good. I want to see Chong, I want to see Ethan Hamilton. Ethan Hamilton is a wonderful player. Someone that I really expect to make it at Man United is Ethan Hamilton. I like him as a player. He's a lot physical. He's more physical than the lads in his age group. He's a big lad, powerful, strong. When I was watching the game against Sunderland to do my scout report for Chong, the under-23 game, honestly, Ethan Hamilton impressed me as much as Chong impressed me that day. The goal that Chong created at the back post for Zach Durney was a great ball from Ethan Hamilton from central midfield, rolled two players, brilliant ball inside the fullback, very talented. Angel Gomes I want to see, and of course Mason Greenwood and Jimmy Garner. Lovely, lovely stuff there. They're the substitutions I'd make. Chong on, Timothy on,
Basically, all the youth.
All the youth. And Demi Mitchell, why not? Let's do a bit of a rotation. Come on, Jose, let's get some youth on.
Someone has said, do you think, or would you agree that Ronaldo has moved to Juve to prove that he is the factor in a team that makes you win the Champions League?
Shot comes in there from AC Milan. Defended. Yes, I think Ronaldo has done that to be the greatest ever. I think that's why he's done it. And if he does it at Juventus, he's the greatest ever. It's as simple as that. I think if you do it at United, you do it at Real Madrid, you do it at Juventus, if you win the Champions League in all three of those teams, you are the greatest ever. And I think with his goal-scoring record, 450 goals in 438 games at Real Madrid, that's disgusting. Filthy
Someone would
record.
like to know a little bit more about Mason Greenwood. Dave, I've heard a lot about him, but tell us more about him.
Well, we're going to do a scout report, so stay tuned to that on my channel.
Exactly, there you go.
And some more,
Nice little plug there.
Yeah, good, very, a player that's very comfortable across the three.
There's a lot of English youth that is very exciting.
Yeah, I think that's credit to the FA.
And I think, although Southgate didn't show much tactical fluidity at the World Cup and didn't show an escape route.
Didn't look like he had a clue or anything like that.
No, I'm not saying that. I mean, Southgate, you're the one. Anyway.
Less of that.
I think what he does allow English football is like a conveyor belt into the first team. He brought Trevor Chalobah into training before the World Cup.
That's what I like about it.
Like that.
That's all to do with the youth teams and all that type of thing.
The fact he's managed the under-21s is a big deal, I think.
Yeah, the fact that under-21s under Southgate were absolutely woeful.
No, but the fact he knows these players.
Yeah, I think that's the good side is that the teams between under-19s, under-20s, under-21s are a lot closer in the England setup now, and that's a good thing. I think that's a positive thing that the FA have done with Southgate.
With every club, I think if your academy players, at least a few academy players aren't training with the first team, there's something wrong.
Yeah,
you need the academy close with the first team.
What a ball over the top there. Lovely touch from Sanchez through.
He stumbled
a little bit in the box, edge of the area. Shot comes in, well held by Pepe Reina. Good counter though. I think that was Andres Pereira who played the ball over the top. That's showing a brilliant range of passing today.
Wasn't a great shot from Mata.
No, Sanchez as well had isolated two players, or could have come inside and maybe had a shot on goal. But brilliant football from United, front to back really quickly. That's what I want to see a lot more is direct transitions from United like that a player deep in midfield looks long, looks instantly there. You look at France at the World Cup with Pogba in midfield and Mbappe. There was that consistent thing where Pogba would pick up and Mbappe would run in behind. That's the thing with United. That's a criticism of someone like a Martial. Doesn't run in behind enough.
Got two questions here.
Oh,
so the first one is, with no additions added to the team, what is the best starting 11 for United this season?
Okay. So I think a 4-3-3, 4-4-2 diamond sort of hybrid would be De Gea in goal. I think you're looking at, eventually Delo at right back, Young at left back, Bay, Lindelof I want to see at centre back. Midfield, Matic, Pogba, Fred. Simple as that. And a front three, Lingard, Lukaku, Sanchez.
Okay, cool.
Opinions?
I think that's decent. Fringe play But
then again, there's a lot of rotation there. I think Mourinho again will switch between a 4-3-3 and a 4-2-3-1. Considering you could play Pogba, Fred as a pairing in midfield, which would allow another attaker on.
So no Rashford.
So I'd either go that way.
What about Lingard? Did you say Lingard?
Yeah, Lingard. Or I'd go the other way where a 4-2-3-1.
Right.
With Sanchez as a 10, Rashford on the left wing, Lukaku up front.
Full pass from Luke Shaw.
Not great. And then, either Mata or Lingard on the right wing. I think that would work really well for United in terms of going forward if you want to play Fred, Pogba in midfield as a two-man midfield. Because the thing with Fred is he's the guy that's going to control it at the base. Pogba's going to control it a little bit higher up. So Fred is like a 6, Pogba is an 8, like different lines of the midfield base. But again, I'd like to see that. Eric Bailly, though, having a good second half, just made a really good tackle inside the penalty area on an AC Milan attacker, and they've just done some really good body balance and ball playing.
And the second question...
Poor pass, though, into midfield. Commentator's curse. Go on, second question.
Statement-ish. Ronaldo isn't the best ever if he wins the Champions League at Juve. Football isn't so simple. I could easily counter your argument with the same logic by saying he hasn't won the World Cup. What do you think about all these players, all these fans that are saying... Messi's not the greatest, he hasn't won the World Cup. Ronaldo's not the greatest, he hasn't won the World Cup.
That's not the pinnacle of football anymore. The pinnacle of football is the Champions League. That is the pinnacle of football. The World Cup was the pinnacle of football because international football was seen as put as a higher higher level. Sanchez on his... Is that Sanchez? Yeah, Sanchez just made another great burst down the right-hand side, showing his fluidity as a striker. Pinnacle of world football is the Champions League at the moment. If Ronaldo does it at 3 clubs, and how many times? 4 at Real Madrid, 1 at United, carried United to another final as well. He's got to be greatest of all time. He's a bit. The thing with Ronaldo,
the second half is very shaky, I must admit.
It's not good from United in a defensive sense.
Why have you not brought anyone on yet? It's 70 minutes. You need to start. Like, the whole point of pre-season is to like rotate fitness.
But the same thing is fitness, that these players that will be starting the first game of the season need to be match fit, which means you need to play them to a certain level.
You've still got another 2 or 3 games after this.
2. There's not as many as you think. Yeah, but that's the kind of thing. I think it's interesting to see.
You've seen AC Milan have just brought on 3 or 4 players.
Yeah, but again, their season will start a lot later than Manchester United's. So United need to be a bit more, faster. And again, I think that's a problem with the clubs deciding it so early and X, Y, and Z. But United in a 3-5-2, maybe that'll be how United set up in the first game of the season. Could be an option, given that Leicester will probably play a 4-4-2, given that's their traditional shape.
First game of the season.
It's a nice
test.
Yeah,
it's rather than we've got Huddersfield.
Yeah,
and no disrespect to Huddersfield, but I'm expecting
they caused you a lot of problems though.
That's what I mean.
They caused United a lot of problems as well.
They're a solid team, to be fair, but I am expecting a win. I think you can only expect a win with a club like the stature size of Chelsea, Huddersfield. But Leicester are one of these teams that will test you. Yeah. And I think Huddersfield will test us, but for the first game to see where you're at, I think Leicester will be a good fix.
I think it's good as well because Mahrez has gone, and Mahrez is such a key guy for them that. He sort of dictated that attack that you wouldn't expect them to be as fluid on the break when they're usually really good on the break. So I think I agree it's a good first game of the season. And whether we want to go with this 3-5-2, Lukaku and Sanchez up front together, that is, those guys, there's a lot of stuff that's come out during the World Cup of those guys being best pals and that, which is nice.
So with Tuanzebe, how we were talking about, you give these first team players that you want to see in the season the minutes in pre-season. Tuanzebe's playing 70 minutes here already. Is he going to be not a fringe player but a squad player?
I think he should be a squad player. I think the stuff that he did, for example, the man marking job that he did on Sanchez against Arsenal was brilliant. And I think that's something that Tuanzebe can do. And again, that's that tactical ability in the mind to work. It looks like United actually are about to make some substitutions.
Yeah,
exciting times ahead.
Chong, Gomes, and another one of the youngsters that I can't remember. They were all warming up
Hamilton?
Together. I'm not sure.
Garner?
They were all warming up together in the circle, pressing on each other.
3 games left of pre-season. I keep forgetting that we've got the Bayern Munich game as well. Keep forgetting
that's stupid though about Chelsea's pre-season, right? So we play, I think it might be the Community Shield the Community Shield, and then from that we have...
Hold on. United have just pressed AC Milan out the back and won the ball in midfield. It's coming home. It's Old Trafford.
So Chelsea are playing the Community Shield against City, then we have a 6-day break till the start of the season. Right, that's nice, rest up. No, we've got a pre-season friendly in this International Champions Cup rubbish that block it off and then give us 3 days or 4 days before our first.
That's mad.
Why are you doing that?
Ooh. Money, Cameron, unfortunately. Fosu-Mensah's coming on at potentially left back, or Darmian's going to switch and he'll be right wing back. But this is a chance a real chance for Timbo to take that either right back or left back position, given the injuries so far.
Two people watching with the exact same comment,
Brad,
I agree.
Brad coming in with Shaw being rubbish, and same with Jerome. Yeah, Shaw was.
How we continue to spend $5 million a year on Luke Shaw baffles me.
Yeah, it's not been great from Luke Shaw today. I think his delivery has been very poor from the wide areas. There's been a few times Sanchez has played him in. There's been a few times that Tomini's played him in. And again, that's my big criticism of him.
Assistant over there.
Abdul just having a bit of a snooze. If you want to check him out, Abdul G TV. I don't know why he's put TV in there. He will be removing TV after the show. He did. So Abdul G. Go and subscribe to him because he's a bit tired at the moment. Just been on holiday.
Get out of here.
Partying. Doing all sorts of naughty things.
God's sake.
But yeah, Shaw not played too well today. So Tuanzebe gone on the right-hand side. Tuanzebe was really good in last pre-season. I keep banging on about that, but it's one of those things where Pereira was really good, Tuanzebe was good, and Fosu-Mensah was really good.
Will this be the 3rd draw of your pre-season?
No, Sanchez going to score.
Ooh.
Ref! Ah, rubbish. Alexis Sanchez doing a little bit of a dance just outside the penalty area. He's looked fresh though. That's the most exciting thing for me right now. Sanchez has looked so good. Just a few of the other lads need to maybe get onto the game. With Shaw and Young playing, we're not winning the league. Fair points. Shaw has been given enough chances. Time is up. That comes in from Rich.
I agree with that, you know.
Okay.
I think when he came from Southampton, he was a talent. Then obviously he had that injury, a shocking tackle. But like, I just feel like he hasn't come back and like gone, you know what, I'm going to come back to like. I think it's an attitude thing, like you say.
I think that it's the problem.
Especially how he can just go away on holiday and just like let himself loose like that. Like that's just when you think, is his head actually in? Like, does he want to play for Man United?
Yeah. Does he want to be a footballer?
Does he want to be the best?
Yeah. Good tackle that was.
Fosu-Mensah
good defending on the right hand side. There was a bit of a break.
Got a nice squad number there as well, 24. You know that might, a little bit of a.
Yeah, he's in there. He's in and around.
Hudson-Odoi, by the way, for those asking about it earlier.
Oh yeah.
Squad number 20. You know, if that is an indication of what Sarri thinks of him, I don't know what it is.
Sorry, Chelsea
with a bit of a
the
kick
weird
out
thing with Chelsea always like hated around the world globally. They're just hated as this like horrible club, but they're going to become like the Premier League hipster club next season. It's going to be really, really weird.
I think.
Good forward run from Axel Tuanzebe. Go on, lads. Pressurises him. Right, lads. I want to see this pressing again.
See, yeah,
show me
out,
again.
That's gone.
Yeah, lovely stuff. Axel Tuanzebe forward run.
It's like, I actually think we're going to have a really good season. I think we're going to come second or first, you know? I think we might win the league.
Come on, man.
I actually think we might win the league.
So when I said to you about Sarri, right, he's too stubborn with his style and tactics.
No, but like
it's caught him out before.
I think I don't know.
So Guardiola's going to beat him.
Something about this season.
Guardiola's going to beat him. Klopp's going to beat him, and Mourinho's going to beat him. Therefore, you're not going to win the league.
He's not. They're not.
He's so ingrained.
I just have something about this season that we're just going to do bits.
They're in Europa League, playing Thursday night football.
I still have this. Like, I have a feeling. Like, I don't know what it is. There's just something inside of me, and I'm just like, we've got something here. Like, there's just, I don't know.
The title's misspelt. Untied, it says.
Well, that's you. How have you only just noticed? You didn't even notice that.
Well, could have got some. We live and learn.
Manchester United untied. That's what we're on about.
Yeah.
Another water break. You know, it's quite hot in America.
I like this. I like the pressing.
Get the video to 200 likes and me and Dave will dab on camera.
Yeah, deal.
5 likes for a dab.
Come on, guys. Let's do it. Hey, we've got some predictions coming in from league position. Ali's going in
predictions
with... Yeah, do it.
And we'll read them out.
United 1, City 2, Liverpool 3, Chelsea 4, Spurs 5, Arsenal 6. Arsenal are going to be the guys that are going to be in the top 4.
No,
I tell you now.
Yeah, they're going to come fourth.
Yeah, but they're still top 4. Still an improvement. Do you think Madrid will need Hazard or a goal scorer? I think Harry Kane, if I was Madrid, that's what I'm buying. There's a lot of links with... not Alexis Sanchez just scoring the goal, the replay of the goal. There's a lot of links with Edison Cavani at the moment, and they're looking for that number 9 or even...
201, mate. Are you
201. Ready? 3,
2, 1. For God's sake. Top quality content, that's what you get here.
Yeah, absolute beautiful content. But yeah, United are making some changes. The changes are being made at the moment during the water break, I do believe. Keep
239.
Oh, the dabs are coming in. We'll do some more dabs. 300 likes, I'll do a double dab.
Likes.
One on each hand. Stephen Alson is going to be creasing.
We'll make a handshake.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down for that.
Oh, God.
Darmian crossed into the box there, defending near post. AC Milan, backs against the wall. Look at this pressing from United. Look at this commitment.
I reckon you'll see some youngsters here. 10 minutes left. You've got to see some youngsters.
You've got to see some youngsters. But this is good. This is good from United in terms of being aggressive from the front. I think hopefully this is what we're going to see. McKenna's influence in the dressing room is this pressing, being high. I'm excited about this.
Bird's Eye View says City will win the league, United will come second, Liverpool third, Arsenal fourth, Spurs fifth, and Chelsea sixth.
I kind of agree with that. I think Chelsea will win the Europa League. That's what I see in at the moment.
How do you think Burnley will do?
Awful.
How do you think?
I think they're going to be battling relegation this season.
Really?
Yeah.
Marty was saying that as well. I don't think so.
They basically broke the expected goals models, and to do that for a consistent amount of time, you've got to be a really, really good manager. I don't think they'll battle
relegation. I think they'll come mid-table.
Well, they've got the Europa League. That's That is the problem. Like this whole Europa League
That's
thing.
another thing. Marty.
Isn't.
Check Marty on Twitter. I don't know his handle. Marty Hill 1 tweets a lot of good stuff.
Yeah,
I like to like and retweet often. And he just talks sense really, and then I try and talk sense back, and it just doesn't work.
But if you want to see nonsensical rubbish, go and check out his YouTube channel. Link in the description below. It says subscribe to Cam.
Subscribe to CAM Cam.
Such a freak. Keep getting in the comments, guys. All your score predictions.
47 likes and we'll make a handshake.
Yeah.
Jesse Lingard and Pogba style.
Okay, I like that. I can get on the back of that.
Someone says Burnley will finish 11th, in my opinion. And I sort of agree. I think they'll finish
mid-table, you're saying?
Mid-table, basically.
I just think that the squad is nowhere near big enough for Europa League.
They'll get out of... Another thing Marty has said, oh my God. But anyway, do you reckon they'll get out... They'll qualify, I think.
Yeah, I think they'll qualify for the Europa League.
They'll beat Aberdeen and stuff, but... Will they get out of the groups? If they get out of the groups, that's when it gets serious.
See,
that's when their form will drop in the league.
Catch a lot of people out with them in the Europa League, but they're going to
imagine
they'll do well in the. I reckon they'll really do well in the Europa League because they're a team that fits the Atletico Madrid model that works really hard, but they don't have the squad to do it on two fronts. They just don't. So you've got a problem.
You've got teams like Milan. This is last year, by the way. Like Lyon.
The Europa League's better this year. There's better teams in the Europa League this year.
But this is the thing, and like they're just going to go to Burnley on like a Thursday night and be like, "What is this?"
That's the other thing.
That's the mentality. Like they'll have the upper hand.
That's what you got to consider.
I went to Burnley the other day, and I was like, "What? Where am I?"
You were scared, weren't you? Fearing for your life.
Very scared. You know. Where's my mum?
Mummy, help me. Predictions for Wolves. Everyone's asking about Wolves. I reckon top 10. I reckon Europa League outside shout. 100%. They've
260. That's 40 likes. Anyway, continue.
40 likes to go until we develop a handshake for the Statman Dave YouTube channel. How will Southampton do? Brandon, I am not looking forward to Southampton. My granddad is a Southampton fan. Top lad. He used to take my mum to the Dell back in the day. That's why I go to the football with my mum, if you don't know. When we do go, we used to have a season ticket United with her. They used to go to the Dell. I just don't think it's going to be good. Mark Hughes, don't rate him at all as a manager.
Who's getting relegated this season? Cardiff.
Yes.
I think Huddersfield will stay up.
I think Huddersfield will go down.
Yeah?
Yep.
So for you, Cardiff, Huddersfield and...
This is the third one's always the tough one.
I think it will be Cardiff. I think Brighton might struggle.
Yes.
And I also think there's always that one that you just don't know.
But that's what I think.
Southampton, maybe.
I think they'll just have another boring season. I think, but that could be wrong.
Have you got anything in here?
Huddersfield going down.
Epic Ariana says Cardiff, Brighton, and Huddersfield.
Cardiff, Brighton, Huddersfield. Yeah, I think that's the game. I think
West Ham might have a really good season. I don't know why.
Pellegrini's a good manager. He's a good manager.
And the signings they've made. They're going for it.
I think they'll play again. They'll be the team that people want to watch because Felipe Anderson, wonderful, talented player, and Anatovic is in there. Yarmolenko. I think they've got the perfect team to play the Pellegrini 4-2-2-2-2. You know, when he plays his interiors, as they're called in South America, the wide players that come inside and come into that number 10 area, like Santi Cazorla. When he played under him, that's kind of the game.
Someone's asking you predictions for Newcastle. Obviously, Rafa Benitez there.
They've got Kennedy. That's the first big thing. They've got Kennedy. That's a very, very good sign.
He's actually...
Ball over the top. AC Milan. In behind the United back three again. Shot across. Hits the post. This is some dodgy defending from the back three. Not tracking their runners.
Still not that many... Why is there no substitutions?
Again, it could be a fitness thing. Periodisation in fitness is you've got to do certain things at certain times where you've got to give them a certain amount of minutes over your cycle, and this might be one of the ones where they've got to give them 90 minutes. So it's periodisation is a stats thing where you work in fitness levels to follow a cycle so you're ready for the right moment, and that is why it'll be a medical thing.
Another prediction: Palace, Cardiff, and Southampton to go down.
I think Palace will be all right just because of Roy Hodgson. He's just a good mid-table manager. Here
you go, stay up.
Here you go, lads. You're staying up. Wilfred Zaha as well, not still at the club.
How do you think Fulham will do? Because they've had a good transfer window coming in from.
They're going to play some good football.
Mr. A.
Good football.
What a tune
good
that
footballing
is, by the
team.
way.
Tom Kearney's going to be a player next season.
Goodbye, Mr. A. That is an absolute tune. I've just realised it.
How long away from making a handshake?
We are 33 likes.
Okay.
Jeez, see that? Quick maths. I can't remember what I was about to say. But yeah,
lots of goals.
There's another thing that I keep seeing in the comments by Uche. I butchered your name. I'm really sorry. Let me try and find it. I think the comment is, could Gomes play in a 3 with Pogba?
Central midfield?
Yeah.
No, he's not central midfielder.
No, is that just a straight no? Do you want to elaborate on that? Or
no, he's a number 10. From watching him, he's a number 10. That's where he plays his best football. I think giving him that role at number 10 and allows him to just drift. And that's his biggest strength for me, is his ability to drift and movement off the ball, to pick up pockets of space, to receive it in advanced areas, and then giving him that freedom at number 10 to come where he wants to go, defensive midfield, left midfield, right midfield, as a striker. That's his big strength. 3-man midfield, not for me, for Angel Gomes. I think he's gonna where he plays in his career will be as a number 10. He'll be a very, very, very good player. Or left wing as well at the start would be good for him, just to get a bit of game time for United.
Just seeing Marty's comment. If someone could clip up the dab, please.
Yeah, if someone could clip up the dab, please. Yeah, it happened a while ago.
28 likes for a handshake, and someone said at 250, could we have had a let's get this party started?
Let's get this party started.
You've heard it here first.
Yeah.
The big man. Can Marcus Rashford play right winger?
Yeah, 100%. He played there for the youth teams. Good on the right wing. Again, I'd like to see that front three: Sanchez, Lukaku.
All dropped. Oh my God! What is going on there?
A little bit of her.
You're not very quick out of the blocks there, are you?
All right. Tuanzebe in space.
Who's winning the Golden Boot this season?
Premier League.
Yeah.
Lukaku.
Do you reckon Kane will have another good season?
Yeah, I think Kane again.
Yeah.
And that's if he don't move to Real Madrid. Again, that's what Real Madrid should be doing. They should be like, how do we buy Harry Kane?
Just sign a 5-year deal. I know people contracts mean nothing, but there is a little bit in them.
Yeah, but at the same time, it just means that Spurs have got a better negotiation position.
A bigger price tag.
Yeah. The thing with Pochettino, with Spurs, and why I think Spurs may struggle this season, is they haven't evolved the side at all. The side has stayed the same. They've signed the players up on new 5-year deals, loads of them, which is good. But there's no impetus in that side. No. There's no one coming in. I think what Spurs struggled with when they got to play in Juventus is they lacked someone that can play with the ball at their feet in central midfield. Moussa Dembele is a good player on his day. He's a good destructive midfielder that's good at breaking, but what he's not good is dealing with that sort of ball-playing side. Here we have Hamilton coming on. Ethan Hamilton,
you said that,
the man.
A nice little 3-minute cameo.
Not good. Plus added time. Let's not mess around.
Maybe 5. Someone said Lukaku won't score 30.
Nothing. All competitions. I think in all competitions he's got 30. I think in the Prem I'd say 20 plus. That's what I'm going to go with. Absolutely.
We had the opportunity to sign Vidal, but Van Gaal decided against it because he thought Vidal had a dodgy knee.
You got to trust your medical guys, whether that's what whether the guys have changed at United. I don't know.
Kane is coming for Shearer's record.
He could be. He absolutely could be.
I think United should play 3-5-2 with Pogba on the left off the midfield 3. What do you think?
Pogba 3-5-2. Yeah, that's where he was dominant.
Midfield.
That's where he was so good at Juve.
In the centre, Fred.
No, Matic and then Fred on the right.
Right.
Again, what I want to see with Fred and Pogba is a lot of interchange of their position as well. We talk a lot about the interchange of wingers from each side. What Fred's really good is being dynamic and switching. With Stepanikov at Shakhtar Donetsk, they'd switch either side dependent on what's happening, and that's what United need to do. Again, that causes oppositions to be you've got to deal with two different players. You've got to deal with Fred's industry pressing and ability to drive through midfield, then Pogba's creativity and skill, and you don't know which one you're going to play. Here we have AC Milan in the penalty area, decent defending in the near post.
Bye. Someone, I saw it earlier again, sorry. What does McKenna bring to the bathroom staff? Can you elaborate? Do you know anything about it?
So he's on the 18s team. So he came from Tottenham.
Right.
Tottenham, there you've set up. Now he's at United. From watching his sides, there's a lot of quick interchanging of passing, counter-attacking, quick transitions, ball playing as well. But the pressing and off the ball is the thing that really impressed me with watching his teams, and that's what United lacked. Is that
and you saw a bit of pressing?
Yeah, we've seen. That's why I've been kind of excited.
You've won the ball,
and again, what everyone's going to take out this game or another draw in pre-season. It's pre-season. We're pressing. That's a massive advantage of pre-season, is that we're actually doing something that we need to do. You know what I mean? This is something that United need to do, is pressing, being aggressive out the back. And we've seen that in this system, this setup, which is what I want to see.
It's nice and compact there. Someone has said, what do you think about Scott McTominay's future with all these midfield signings? his distribution is awful. Not Scott McTominay, that your goalkeeper.
Joel Pereira, it wasn't a great kick. Scott McTominay's going to be fine. He's a player that's got into the team now. Mourinho obviously is a big fan. Big hit there coming from Ander Herrera, getting the yellow card. Absolutely cheesed. A pre-season yellow card is impressive. Well played, Ander. Good.
He's not happy. Sit down.
Eat it. Absolutely eat it. It is nearly 6 o'clock in England,
and I'm raring to go for another 3 hours.
I reckon we could do a 5-hour stream now, but we're not going to do that because we probably need to sleep.
I can't wait for this Mackey's breakfast though.
Oh yeah.
Am I right, lads?
Yeah.
Put in the comments what do you get from Mackey's. Also 22 likes off of a little handshake.
At least we have fun. We have fun.
We have fun here on the Statman Dave live streams, just like you do on my channel.
Go and check it out.
Where's the plug? Hello. Jesus Christ.
Keep liking that goddamn video as well, guys. Subscribe if you're new to me and Cam and Abdul G as well, because he is a G.
Jeez.
Isn't that right? A bit of a break in play. So the
future. Is he still that? Is he concussed? Is Herrera concussed? Oh God. We're getting tired here.
Cameron, can you even speak anymore?
I'm off to get a Mackey's breakfast. What are you getting from Mackey's, eh?
Yeah.
Sausage and egg McMuffin, sausage and McMuffin.
I've started moving on to the bagel. So the sausage and egg bagel is very good.
The pancakes? I'm just not a fan of pancakes. No. Anyway.
They're just not very good, are they?
3 p.m. in Australia. And you've got a beach.
Fair play.
We've got 6 a.m. in Manchester with the sun rising and McDonald's. And Piccadilly Gardens.
We'll be back on Saturday. Is the next live stream we'll be doing. The next live stream, of course, United versus Liverpool.
That's a good game.
If you think I'm passionate about the game against game against AC Milan in pre-season, it's going to be another level against Liverpool.
You guys seem sleep deprived. I don't know what you're on about. Don't know what you're on about, mate.
Cam, your eyes are basically closed.
I have not been asleep yet, and I could go for another 2 days. Sleep deprived, that's what first year university was. Sleep deprived. Jeez. 1 a.m. in Washington, D.C. That's an easy time to stay up. It's winter, lol, 7 degrees. Oh, yeah. I forgot they're on the other side of the world.
7 degrees?
7 degrees.
Wow.
It's not bad, 3 p.m. in Australia, 7 degrees.
Fair.
12 p.m. here in Texas. We've got a worldwide audience here, Dave.
Yeah, it's good. Thanks
and 12 likes. And we're making a handshake.
Yeah.
You've heard it here first.
Good stuff.
And you've only heard it here.
But yeah, United's next game that we'll be covering on the Statman Dave YouTube channel is the pre-season friendly against Liverpool in the International Champions Cup on Saturday. That kicks off at 10:05, so a little bit more child-friendly time.
Someone has said, will you be watching Arsenal versus Atletico today at 12:15? Yeah, we'll just have a quick nap and then we'll come back. No, we won't.
Maybe. You never know with these things.
Jesus.
And then United are playing Real Madrid next Wednesday. We'll also be covering that as well. So that's a reason to hit that subscribe button and turn that notification bell on. All the good stuff over the pre-season. This is good pre-season content. We've chatted to you guys. We've talked about all your questions and that type of thing. That's a reason to stay here instead of going elsewhere. 7 a.m. in Egypt. That's an effort. That 7 a.m. in Egypt. So that must have started very, very late. But keep getting into the comments. What time is it with you? 10:30 a.m. I don't know where that is. 1 p.m. here in London. Ronald, which London are you in, bud? 7 a.m. in Italy. Yeah, fair play. They've got some Italians in the comments. Shout out to you lads.
In Miami, it's 1 a.m.
Is it?
Wow. 1 p.m. in Malaysia, 1 a.m. in Florida.
Lots of time stuff. Man of the match for you, Cameron?
Sanchez, but it's penalty shootout now.
Is it?
Yeah,
I just read
the rules.
Full time. It is penalty shootout. There's a guy just doing some monster dabbing in the crowd there.
Wow.
Absolute dabtastic.
But 4 likes and we make a handshake.
Penalty shootout. This is going off. Absolutely going to go off. The goal for Man United was a long ball out the back. Scott McTominay flicking the ball on. Little touch from Juan Mata. First time over the top to Sanchez. Little control on his thigh and a lovely side foot home. What I loved about that goal was Sanchez running in behind, getting in behind. Good stuff. 2 a.m. in Argentina. Argentina. That was a chant that used to ring round Old Trafford with Gabby Heinze.
I think it's penalty shootout.
I think it is, but I'm pretty sure you're correct.
I can't really read this.
Yeah, it's gone to penalties.
I'm a bit tired.
And our stream has frozen. We'll have to give that a little bit of a refresh.
Mine hasn't.
Oh, no, it's actually their coverage has frozen.
It's you frozen. 3 likes. 1 like and we make a handshake.
We've got to plan this though. We can't like just do it.
Yeah, we'll plan it. I really need a wee, but I'm gonna hold that in.
Yeah, we got to hold it for the end of the game now.
I mean, a live stream without the stream. Here we go. I reckon they like paused it for a bit, you know.
Yeah.
301, 303 likes.
Right. What we're gonna do?
I'm thinking, you know, maybe.
Too complicated.
No, we've got to make it. We can't just be like this.
So go like that.
Go like what?
So like that.
Yeah.
Drop it back. Click. Boom.
No.
Actually, what about slap?
Wait. Slap. No, let me run you through.
No, this is my fucking stream. slap. Come together. Drop. Click. Boom.
Your hands are too big for me to click.
Come on, right, let's do it. Oh dear, the sound is being played. Let's cut that one out. Right, let's do it. So bang, bang, come together. So they got that. Bam, bam, knock it, open it up, click, boom, boom. That's what you get here.
I'll show you mine. Right.
No, we're done. We 400 likes. 400 likes. I'm getting to see Cameron's.
400 likes for mine, and it's a lot better. I've got it all sorted. Slam, bang, wang, ka-chang.
Jesus.
Chelsea fan here. Well, do you know what? Subscribe to me and Dave.
Yeah, do the stuff. It's a penalty shootout here. Penalty shootout.
Get a room, you guys. Too much mushy.
Oh, good.
You know, it's 2018.
Oh, Frank Chiesi being pulled over by Mourinho to Ander Herrera with a little. Do you want to sign for Man United type part?
Oh, it's Mourinho smiling and laughing. That's a rare occasion.
No, come on, man.
Come on, man. I'm very sorry. Pooya.
Let's have a. We could have a look at Frank Chiesi from last season, just shouting out random names in the crowd.
Paul Cameron. I agree, Shushan. You know, the 400 likes and I'll show you the best handshake you've ever seen in your life.
The best one you've ever seen.
Cam, sack him and take it. Oh, I've got my own channel, but I'll take over his as well. You know, get it up to 400 likes and you'll see this guy's handshake obliterated. I've got it all in my head.
Anyway, let's talk about that little link there. Mourinho and the Herrera around Frank Chiesi. Frank Chiesi's a very, very good player on the counter.
Oh, he's a dab.
In terms of one game, I think this is against Crotona, maybe. One goal. One of the things he likes to do is break from midfield and score goals. That's one of his characteristics. 90 out of 94 passes completed as well in this game, showing his ability to pop it around, keep it simple. He's more of a box-to-box type player, but there's going to be links in the paper after that little chat. 9 ball recoveries, very, very impressive. Frank Chiesi works very, very hard. Winning 2 out of 2 of his tackles, but penalty shootout is on.
I think we missed the first one. Did we? No, this is the first one.
The first one.
Who's that?
Pereira steps up for Manchester United.
We have to
I think bottom left scoring.
I think he's hit it over the bar.
Okay.
Can't have the same, otherwise it's
it doesn't make any sense.
They don't like it at home.
Pepe Reina stepping up. AC Milan. Andres Pereira.
And you know, if I was a keeper, I'd be like banging the crossbar up and down. You know,
it's too short for that.
Here we go.
Steps up.
Oh, I've hated it's Suso over the bar.
Get it, lads! Come on.
All right, David. All right.
Got to celebrate everything that happens. Man United season has already started.
Manchester United 1, AC Milan 0.
Or nillers, as they call it in the trade. Decent penalty, that.
I mean, there's a lot of stuttering and a lot of...
not a great penalty. I'm going to go back on that. Not a great penalty. I thought he put it more in the corner. Not great. Now this is going to be a banger. Carl Oglu, he's going to slam it.
This is going to be, you know, the Harry Kane of penalties.
He's going to slam it top right.
Top left.
Absolutely bins it. It's being a goal. Being a goal, guys. Keep getting into the comments, guys. We are pumped. It is the penalty shootout for the stream. Joel Pereira. Big keeper.
He's hitting the crossbar. Look at that. He's clapping at him.
I like that. Like that.
Show me what you've got. Here we go.
God.
Top left.
Decent,
told you. And he's pushed it in to make it look better.
Decent penalty, though, to be
1-1.
One-us. Joel almost got that. Joel Pereira almost got a hand to that. Decent goalkeeping. I like how Joel Pereira was psyching himself up, getting pumped. Oh, he's unlucky.
Why hasn't he saved that?
He's unlucky, isn't he?
You say he's got hands.
Carl Oglu is one of the most powerful players from set pieces in world football.
If I dived the right way,
but you do not play for Manchester United, Cameron.
You know, I do play for though. Studio 68. 500 of you watching. If we get to 400 likes, you'll see my handshake versus
Herrera.
This guy's.
Where's he going?
Awful. Bottom right.
Top right. Get in! That's a penalty, that.
I mean, that was like my penalty
shootout.
for the Nike advert that didn't make the cut.
This game, though. This is for the International Champions Trophy, one of the biggest renowned trophies in world football. Got to
Just count the names of all of his 12 subscribers.
I hope so.
You know, Graham, Stephen.
I reckon James MUFC.
James,
Abdul,
Paul, Abdul,
me,
Elaine, Clyde, my dog, Griffith, right, Schneebly's son.
Anyway, Barini, boo, Liverpool player.
And Barini.
Barini's coming up. I reckon this is going to be a save, Cameron. Joel Pereira's got this.
I reckon it's a Panenka.
A Panenka, and he's
all
just
day, every day.
I reckon Joel Pereira saves.
You're going right.
He saves.
Can you touch the crossbar?
Saves bottom left. I'm going to go with
top right.
Yes, gets in. Saves with his feet. Awful penalty. Joel Pereira winning the mind games there. He pointed to where I think Suso was going to go on the right hand side.
Barini,
sorry, did him with the brain.
I mean, I like his beard. Got a good beard on him.
All right.
I can't grow facial hair.
No, it's a shame, isn't it?
20 years old and he didn't even move.
It's good though because he was waiting.
He's like, oh, I'm going.
Decent. Oh, he's well off his line.
Well
though.
off.
Should be well. That should definitely be retaken.
Will Tahith Chong get a chance this season?
Yeah, he will do.
Check out the scout report.
Yeah, good video that. Sanchez, Manchester United to give them a 3-2 lead in the shootout.
Nah, it's saved. Pepe Reina's got it.
Get in, solid penalty again.
Got it out of the back of the net.
Beautiful,
am I right?
Beautiful penno there. Sanchez is always going to score you pennos, isn't he? Advantage Manchester United again.
I mean, at least you get the extra point here.
So this was to make it 3-2, not 3-2 before. Oh, Joel Pereira's having a go on the ball.
Hello. My name's Manuel
future
Neuer.
Manchester United central midfielder Frank Kessie stepping up.
Can I have 12 bottles of please?
Anyway,
oh god.
Frank Kessie versus Joel Pereira.
Joel Pereira. Kessie.
Confirmed to United if he misses from Abdul. Signed on a 10-year deal.
I mean, if no one does a Panenka in the pre-season, like, it's like, what are you doing? Like,
yeah, no, you've got to. If you're going to go for it, you go for it there.
It's
right?
like, you're 3-1 down. Oh, I like that
short
stance.
run up here. I reckon it's saved. Top right. Yeah, oh!
He loves celebrating the AC Milan goal.
Oof.
He's like, oh, it's a Man United player anyway.
Yeah, he's a Man United player anyway. 3-2, Manchester United. Advantage to the Red Devils, as they're known in certain camps.
What is the score? Well, it finished 1-1, and now it's 3-2 on penalties to United.
Scott McTominay, good old Scott. Shout out Scott McTominay.
Jose Mourinho said Chong belongs in the academy. That's where he will get his chance, Statman. Statman.
Well,
White line bar.
We'll see him. We'll see him, don't worry.
Imagine the pressure going through the player's mind. Imagine being the team that loses in the ICC.
Fair play, Scott McTominay. Oh, he's been saved. Pepe Reina.
Yeah.
Not a bad penalty that. Bottom right.
He missed. Well, he didn't miss.
He was saved.
Do you know people are like, oh, I don't like it when people say that they've missed their penalty when it's saved.
Oh no,
it was an awful penalty.
I thought it was it was lower, but no. Well saved by Pepsi Reina.
Just a cheeky one of them boys, isn't it?
Yeah, a little one over the top. Here we have Suso.
Oh, you know what he's like with his run-ups, like.
Yeah, he's going to do all sorts of run-ups, isn't he? There's Man United future player Frank Kessie chilling with his old teammates.
Started a transfer.
Go on, Joel Pereira.
He's telling him, you going top right? Come on.
Going to save it. Top right, Suso's going to go for it. Oh, gets in, lads!
He's changed his run-up, but he hasn't changed how he takes them.
Oh, Joel Pereira going to his left-hand side. Brilliant save. Man United. It's to win, right?
Yeah, if you score this, you win.
Big game. The International Champions Trophy. One of the biggest cups in the world.
Oh, he gets the rebound, though. He thinks it's in normal time.
He scored the rebound.
Jesus.
Well, an absolute muppet. Here we have. Who's this to finish off the penalty shootout for Manchester United?
What?
And
Joel Pereira's taking the penalty.
Is he? Oh, that is absolute. I love that. Big cojones. Joel Pereira, ball under the arm.
All right, Mourinho, forget the tactics. It's my time to shine. I've saved 2 and now I'm about to score 1.
I'm going to win.
What would you do if he scores and then just runs off like mental? Like
if I was a goalkeeper, right?
Oh, imagine if he Panenka's this.
Oh, that'd be so dirty.
Please.
If I was a keeper, I'd be practicing my penos all the time. Seriously, I'd be the penalty.
Someone just said Mourinho's playing FIFA.
Joel Pereira.
Oh my god, look at his run up.
Oh,
Oh, look at him, like. Pereira's like, nice one, and Rayner's like, you're not mugging me off, pal.
You're not mugging me off, pal. Joel Pereira.
Pereira's taking the penalty now, apparently. What?
Is it? United 3, AC Milan 2. Hakan Kaloglu having all types of fun.
They literally couldn't care.
This is great. Pepe Reina stepping up. Oh, this is a great end to the ICC first game for Manchester United.
He's got up and anchor it now.
Oh, it's got to go for it, hasn't you? Straight down the middle. Go on, Joel. Go on, Joel. Saved 2 already in the shootout.
It's 587 people here. Like the video,
yeah,
lads.
like the video. Subscribe if you guys are new.
Here we go.
Oh! Oh, just punched myself in the face.
Oh my days.
Well, you've just seen Statman Dave punch himself in the nose.
Look at that, he did
that is so lax. Chilled. Pepe Reina walks
he's
up.
like, see you.
Strokes it in.
Go on, mate, try and score.
We're now into sudden death.
I've just hurt my nose.
Eric Bailly rolls up.
Oh, my nose is well itchy now. I just banged it off my nose.
Did you do it as well? I literally, because I was going up to celebrate, and I think you caught me, and then I punched myself in the face.
Mental.
Absolutely a crazy.
Get it to 350, boys.
No, let's do it, and girls.
Here we go.
Oh,
Eric Bailly with the worst penalty I've ever seen.
Pepe Reina.
Advantage to Milan now.
Milan.
It's not game over. They've got a score now, haven't they?
Yeah, they've got to do
with himself, hasn't he?
Knockout, innit? Straight death penalty.
Look how not nervous they are. Like United players are talking to the AC Milan players, like, yeah, this is a sick game, isn't it? You know, fancy a game of FIFA after this?
It's a pre-season friendly. You've got to be having a bit of a laugh. Romagnoli, left-footed centre half for AC Milan. That was actually linked with Manchester United, although I wouldn't take him because he's a bit inexperienced. Drama in LA. Romagnoli, 12-yard death strike. What can he do? Joel Pereira.
He's got a brilliant one against Lazio,
Hit the post! The death strike penalty shootout will continue, guys. We are on the edge of our seats here. Penalty shootout. Hit the post.
This is not what you want at 6:15.
This is exactly what you want at 6:15 in the morning.
Look at him
with his Vodafone shirt on, getting all on there. The score in the penalty shootout. It's 4-3.
He's like, I don't care that I missed. I made it more interesting.
Yeah, I did a goal. That was an awful.
What a penalty!
It's close to being a really good penalty. That's the thing. Hopefully, it's Chris Smalling up next. The big man, Sir Chris Smalling.
The score is just sudden death.
3-3 at the moment, but it's sudden death. Man United to take first. AC Milan will have to reply.
This is over the bar. He's bagging. Oh, what a penalty, Chris Smalling.
That was an awful penalty.
Advantage Manchester United.
The wrong way. Hey, keep that to yourself. Advantage Manchester United. Chris Smalling is better than Romagnoli. That's what James MUFC is saying in the comments.
Pigs can fly, innit?
Oh, solid penalty that.
Straight through the middle.
Sent the keeper the wrong way. Unbelievable.
Sent the keeper.
Joel Pereira again.
He's like, look at me, I'm going to put the ball down again.
I'm going to put it down where I want to put it down. Mind games through the roof here.
Cameron's handshake is what we need for that penalty.
No, absolutely. You've got to get to 500 likes.
400.
500 likes, guys.
400.
Shout out to the
605 people watching now. Come on,
like the goddamn video when we do some more handshaking.
Handshake central.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Joel Pereira.
Goal. Oh, what a penalty.
Good penalty. It continues.
Exciting content.
We're on number 6 in the penalty shootout.
Jesus. Oh my days.
Solid penalty that. Top left-hand side. Joel Pereira beaten once again. Who's it going to be now? Tuanzebe to step up for Manchester United. 4-4 in the shootout. Axel, it looks like he's put on a lot of muscle.
I think we should stop looking at the comments then.
I'm not looking at the comments.
You are looking at the comments.
I'm just saying who I want to be seeing the next penalty. Oh, God.
I've run out of water. Oh, no, I haven't.
Axel Tuanzebe.
Have you got hay fever?
On the penalty shootout. Steps up. Got to beat Pepe Reina. Where's he going to go?
Odds on him backheeling it into the goal.
Oh, what a penalty! The best of the lot.
See ya.
Axel Tuanzebe.
I play for United.
That was top right as you can get.
Who is leading on the penalties now? It's
5-4 to Manchester United. slots it. That's a beautiful penalty. That so
not
chilled as well.
4-3.
No, 5-4 now. I think is it not? It was
it was just 3-3 a minute ago.
No, you missed the penalty.
Wait there,
the
come on.
Definitely 5-4.
5-4.
Can you even count?
No, it's too early.
Or too late for you. My man of the match, Andrés Pereira. Fair play to Junior.
Right, here we go.
AC Milan.
He's missed. Oh my days. It continues. It continues. 40 likes and we've got a handshake for you all. You're all waiting for the handshake. You know, you've just got to like the video. Subscribe to me, subscribe to Dave. Links in the description.
Do everything. It is now 5-all in the shootout. Kalinic.
Eat your cereal, you know, if you're waking up for work. Get ready.
Cameron's not been to bed yet. That's why he's getting delusional.
Oh, I can't wait for this sausage and egg McMuffin.
Oh, you know, living the dream, right?
I used to finish work in my bar job at this time. 665 watching, and this is the most exciting thing we've had all day.
Timothy Fosu-Mensah steps up. Manchester United.
Jinx.
Youngster. Former Ajax man. Where's he going?
What is this run-up?
Oh, solid penalty. He did him with a run-up. Dropped some shapes. Smashed it bottom corner. We go on. 6-5 in the shootout. We go on.
We're only 35 likes away from this handshake.
Alexis Sanchez is like, I just want to go home now. I'm done here, lads. I've had a really good run out.
Wow.
Solid penalty that was.
Do you reckon the keeper's just like, nah, I can't be bothered to say
No, I
this,
think they're really trying. I think they really want to get, you know.
So, when all 11 players have taken it, can you rechange?
You have to go again.
Can you change the
same order, I think. Same order, so it's one of those things where it just goes again and again and again and again until somebody bottles it.
Mate, they just don't want to go home.
They don't.
They're like, I love America. I want to stay here.
Yeah. Joel Pereira.
Yeah.
Can he make a save?
It's another
brilliant
That's
penalty.
The best penalty.
Another one smashed into the top right.
They just sat down, shin pads out. Brilliant. Bravo.
Bravo, chaps.
Has Geordie got ligma?
Geordie essentially has ligma. Heard it here first. I think you should probably go on his Instagram and send him that.
Someone from California saying English people finally feel how it is to watch a Man United game at 5 in the morning. Well, actually, it's 6 in the morning, but we understand what you mean.
We started at 2 o'clock having some hype trains. Ethan Hamilton, left footer.
When do Man United play Liverpool? Someone asks.
Saturday.
And what will we be doing on Saturday?
Streaming it.
Oh my God!
Ethan!
The world could end!
Ethan Hamilton's missed the penalty. Pepe Reina with the save advantage.
Hamilton has missed for all of you that are not watching it. Hamilton should be sold. What an awful penalty!
The Insta reaction there. A pretty poor penalty, to be fair. You know, not doing well. Pepe Reina making a save.
So down to Pereira here. You know, he's giving it one of these.
Giving it the biggie.
You know, he's got great facial hair. Got to give him that.
Who's stepping up for Milan?
Milan. AC.
Who is it?
Air conditioning Milan.
Who is that?
Can't read his name, it's creased.
J something? Maury?
Oh, here we go.
Can Joel Pereira save Manchester United?
Here we go.
Lives on.
Here we go.
Oh! Joel Pereira! What a save!
Is going on?
What a save!
What is going on?
Dives, top corner, simple save, brilliant stuff. Let's continue this. I want this to go until 10 o'clock in the afternoon, guys. Absolutely sick save.
Imagine if this has got to be one of the longest penalty shootouts I've ever
Double hands, strong hands, out it goes. We are still here, guys.
22 likes, and then you got another exciting piece of content, you know, the handshake.
What a save. Matteo Darmian to step up for Manchester United next. Let's do it.
Oh, captain, leader, legend, Darmian.
Yeah, absolute Matteo Darmian from the spot. Where's he going to go? Pepe Reina in his yellow jersey. Ball! Hammers it down
and now he goes to talk some awful. Go on, mate.
Yeah, do you like that, Reina? Yeah, do you like that?
Yeah.
Stick that in your pipe, Reina.
Yeah. Have a hug.
7,
I'm sorry.
6, Gattuso, Mourinho having a chat, being like, lads, shall we just finish this now?
They're like, yeah, so if you want to come over to my gaff after, I'm having a barbecue. No, you can come over to mine, we'll play FIFA.
I've heard your missus is really good at making sausages. Yeah, she is actually really good at that.
And your missus is very good at scrambled eggs.
Yeah, but why would you have scrambled egg at a barbecue, Cameron? Are you okay? Penalty. It's 7-60 United. Can Joel Pereira save United? Oh, it's a decent penalty.
Continues.
Sends him
Look
the
at him,
wrong
he's
way.
like,
Absolute bands going round. 7-7 in the shootout for the ICC trophy. Probably the best trophy in world football at the moment, I'd say. The International Champions Cup.
World football.
World football's the best thing.
Forget the World Cup, you've got the ICC.
Yeah, why not? That's
Did
what
you ever see
everyone turns
this?
up for.
Oh, hello. Cristiano Ronaldo, World Cup 2006.
AC Milan player giving it the cheeky wink. Who's this stepping up for United now? Who's it got to be? Oh, it's gone back. It's gone back round. So Andres Pereira.
We've got to have a Panenka. You come on. Oh, why are you doing all this? Hello, Panenka.
The little dinky Panenka into the bottom corner. Andres Pereira, advantage Manchester United. 8-7. This will never end.
700 of you in the stream here. Give that like button a
smash. Sanchez looks so annoyed. He looks like he's like, God, I am so sick of this. Andres Pereira's just strolled up and Panenka the keeper. I want to go home and chill out.
Look at them all. They're like, can we take our shin pads off? Oh no, we've got to take another penalty. Okay, in they go again. For rules and regulation purposes.
I think Sanchez is going to do something funny. Pereira's just giving him a little bit of a over the top.
Should you end it? Nah, you end it.
You end it. You Panenka. Do the back heel. Do the Totti back heel.
Someone saying this is the pinnacle of football, and we can't agree more.
This is brilliant, brilliant content.
Oh my God!
Logo just smashes one into the roof of the net.
And now he goes. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, they've high-fived. 8-8 in the penalty shootout.
8 more likes and we got a handshake. You've seen the high five.
The double high five there, guys. 8-8.
Like nice little set piece practice.
A solid penalty there, guys. Keep liking that goddamn video. Oh, Gattuso is saying he wants to go next.
Oh no. Look at him. Mourinho, you have one, I'll have one.
Is that Mourinho smiled twice in this game? No way!
Why can't managers take penalties?
Oh, here we are. Ander Herrera. Ander Herrera steps up. Pepe Reina.
Subscribe to Statman Dave. And
that's solid penalty.
Subscribe.
Decent penalty.
This content,
there.
Saturday, turn notifications on. We'll be here waiting for your faces. Face. 399! One more like and we got a handshake.
Oh, Jesus.
We'll have to do it after this.
We'll have to do
insanity.
After this insanity.
Oh, come on, Abdul. Hello.
Let's give it
4-0-3.
Yeah, I agree. Mourinho versus Gattuso, penalty decider.
Shout out to
4-0-3. Hello. My G's. Handshake. Midangos. He wants it.
Future Man United player, though, stepping up for the penalty.
He's not.
Frank Kessie versus Joel Pereira.
We've got you guys are fire. Of course we are. Ow!
Frank, the 12-yard death strike. Kessie versus Pereira. What's going to happen?
Who knows? I reckon he's going to hit the ball.
Oh!
See ya!
See ya! Is that it?
He's like, I can't be arsed with this. That's why.
It's all over. It is all over. 9-8 in the shootout. Manchester United picking up a big win in the ICC trophy.
He was just like, I want to go home. I want that barbecue from Mrs. Mourinho. Anyway, David, well, let's celebrate.
Yeah.
So we're going
quickly.
Into the slide out.
Yeah.
Bang. Bish. Bosh.
Okay.
Bish. Bish. Bash. Bash. Bish. Bash. Bish. Bosh. Wow!
Hello, guys. If you didn't
758. I've seen that.
Mirage is broken. But if you haven't seen the game today, guys, Alexis Sanchez was fantastic for Manchester United. Scored a brilliant goal, running in behind after some good play from, of course, Scott McTominay, flicking it onto Juan Mata over the top, goal time. Sanchez really impressed me today, Andres Pereira as well. But I think that's going to be enough for today. It is currently 6:25 in the morning.
Quick little recap. Sanchez goal. Suso goal?
Suso goal, yeah.
Sanchez goal, Suso goal, bish bash bosh, a lot of penalties, and then that was it.
Yeah, we will be live on Saturday at 10:05 UK time for Man United versus Liverpool. That is going to be a good game of football.
Turn notifications on the Statman Dave YouTube channel to get a notification when we go live. That's what you need.
That's exactly what you need to do. Players that we want to see in that game, I want to see Sanchez playing again. I want to see maybe a little bit of Chong. I want to see a little bit of Angel Gomes as well coming off the bench. In terms of guys that impress you tonight, Cam?
Yeah, maybe a bit of rotation. I thought Alexis Sanchez played very well. I thought Suso played quite well in terms of AC Milan. From what I saw of him before at the World Cup, not so great, but in this game, decent. I thought Tuanzebe had a good game. Thought Luke Shaw was dire.
Yeah. all the good things.
Scott McTominay wasn't too bad either. I thought he played quite a nice role, got a nice little flick on for the goal.
I think the interesting side with Scott McTominay is that, again, there's that this space in the United squad for a goal-scoring midfielder, and there's a space for a Michael Carrick sort of DM player. And I think Scott could play both of those positions. I think from what I've seen of him last season against Benfica and against CSK Moscow, that he's got a very good passing range when he plays himself into the game. And I think I like that about him. It's really sort of good his control.
About passing range, I thought Pereira had a good game.
Pereira was very, very good. That ball to Sanchez over the top was fantastic. I think he's playing his way definitely into Mourinho's first team plans. He could be a player that, when United are maybe chasing a game or they need to break somebody down, take off Matic, Pereira, Fred, Pogba midfield, could work really well. I think that would allow, a lot of players going forward.
Do you think, just before we wrap it up, do you think Mourinho has squads in his head for cup games as well? So do you think the likes of Chong and Gomes, maybe, if they don't go out on loan, they will start in the cups?
Yeah, I think so. I think you've got to.
I think Angel Gomes had a little cameo of appearances in the FA Cup last season.
Yeah, I think it's got to be a little, more of those types of games for him. Again, you've got so many good players in the United
squad.
League
Cup, for big teams, that's just fixture hell. It's just
but then that's where I think you need to use your squad.
But that's what I mean. That's fixture hell.
Yeah.
Rest your stars.
Exactly.
And play your youth.
100%. I'd also say
people will be like, oh, you're not taking it seriously. It's no, it's just squad rotation.
But at the same time, you need these guys to get game time at that level.
Otherwise, they're not going to improve, are they?
Yeah, it's a big thing with the youth players that they need to play a bit higher. And I think the League Cup, FA Cup, they're not the priority. I think that's the big thing. The Champions League and the Premier League are the priority. And in a way, playing those guys in those competitions isn't a bad thing for their development. We go back to the class of '92 and the games that they got under Fergie, plus loads of other youth players under Fergie that played in the League Cup and so forth. That's something that I want to see United do, is rotate the squad. I think rotating them in and out, when you've got the Champions League first half of the season, get through the group, try and win the first 4 games, and then you can play youth in the midweek. And again, that's a really good experience, going away to a Benfica or going away to a Porto or wherever they're going to go. It's nice for those players to have that experience, and that's where it's important. And again, them being on the tour, them training every single day with these players, they're going to improve, and that's a positive thing for United. We're seeing Chelsea as well do that in pre-season. We've seen that with City
and
Liverpool today.
Callum Hudson-Odoi, just to mention a few, they're 17, 18. It's mental how talented these players are.
But I think if you're good enough, you play. Exactly. And that's it. Whether, obviously
that's why I think Hudson-Odoi might get a few runs in the Cup.
It's similar with Chong as well. The critique of him not being strong enough, I don't quite get that, because when I've watched him as a player, fantastic at holding the ball. Yeah, what a lot of the things happened at under 23 level and under 18s is United actually play long to Chong. They use him as a kind of target because he's so tall to bring the ball down and then play. There was a great move against Sunderland where he received it in his chest, moved inside, played a brilliant through ball to the opposite winger. And he did that. He does that frequently. He brings players into play or recycles possession. And it's an interesting thing that the criticism is his strength, but actually that's something that I think is a strength for him. That's the weird side of it. When I was looking through his strengths, I went with his decision making. He's very, very quick when he's passing. Very, very quick. He makes his decisions early, which is really good. And also his body balance, really good at rolling people and so forth. But one of the things that I would have put was his hold-up play. And again, that's something that new wingers in modern football, they're going to have to start to develop, is that ability to be a target man, the way we saw Lukaku do it at the World Cup.
I also think Saturday you'll have a few more players come back. I don't know, if they come back, do they go to Carrington or on the tour? So when
they'll be in Carrington and then they'll come on the tour. They'll do pre-season
Saturday.
Yeah, hopefully be for Saturday.
So you might be seeing Fred as well.
I've got some comments saying, Dave, have you seen his body? I don't think it's about his body. I think you've got to look more about how when he has contact at under 23 level, under 18 level, he's very good.
I also think when you go, he doesn't look physically ready. I don't think that's you can't just slag him off for that, because it's how you use your body.
Yeah.
I'm not a big guy, but I can play Sunday League. I know it's not the same level, but big guys come in and you just have to if you put your body in front of them, it's either you're going to get a foul or you've won the ball. You can't. They can't get into it. It's how you turn, and it's physically. It's also knowing when to use and how. I
think that's something Chong has got that, and that's
I've seen it.
Chong has massively got that.
He knows what he's doing.
100%. He knows.
It's all about mental as well. It's not just
But with him as well, it's not only that he's strong, he's really good at getting back. He's good at getting around people. It's a good trait if he he's really good at winning the ball back. And he's good at starting from a position where a player's shielding the ball and actually getting around and nicking it. And that's something with his physique and so forth. And I think he'll get minutes, and he should get minutes. He's a wonderfully talented individual, and like the likes of Angel Gomes as well, need minutes this season for United, and the League Cup will be a perfect place. But guys, is that should we call it a day there? Thanks for everyone that's joined us today. We're going to be back again on Saturday at approximately 9:30. We're going to be there at 9:30. We keep pretending to be there at 9:30. This time we are going to be there, I promise. Cam promises as well. So go and subscribe to his YouTube channel. The link is in the description below for that. Of course, download the OneFootball app if you fancy that. We've been using that today during the stream. And also, Patreon, whatever. Good stuff. Anyway, guys, Abdullah, you ready to kill this off?
Yeah.
Ready to go. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe if you're new. Check Cam out. Link in the description below. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Goodbye.
Au revoir.